still supposed to be quiet.
Assets.
I love that.
Once more into the breach. Uh-oh. David! Woohoo! Half-Car Crescent Jeremy! Biggles, Dorhana!
Biggles!
Darren, Steve, Luke! Whoa! Soul Sky Stone, Nene, Morton, Jonathan! Malcolm and Raymond, and our beer donors.
Spartacus, Alan Alterman.
Yeah, people of all the beard owners.
Indeed.
As I always say.
All right. Well, hey, it seems like I haven't seen you guys in like a week, it seems. Unbelievable.
I haven't seen us in a week.
Like that.
All right, well, welcome back. I hope everybody had a really good week.
You confuse everybody just to...
I did. I got another new monitor.
Okay.
no.
Answer Diana's comment before we went online.
No, I'm sorry. That was the game I'm playing. That's Astroneer.
All right. Well, anyway.
Malcolm Malcolm has no spinner. Why is that?
What is Malcolm doing running around naked? What on earth is this? This is just unacceptable.
Kids.
What on earth is he doing? Why is he running around naked? Someone please fix that.
Take it.
Rectified. The situation has.
I am naked.
All right. Situation has been rectified. There'll be no
Yeah, situation rectified.
No
rectified, sorry.
I like what Chris has to say. Was there a climate change in hell? We started pretty close on time.
Well, we decided that we should do that once in our career of movie nighting. So
Hey, we did that all the time way back when.
that we did. You know what? We got to get back in that habit. Have a little respect for our viewers. You know, they show they'll show up on time. We might as well get started on time as well.
Have respect for the viewers stupid enough to actually watch this every week.
It's a oh, look at that. Lisa likes the ARC episodes. Nice, thanks. Glad you enjoyed them. RJ's a star in that, is he not?
RJ deserves an Oscar for that stuff.
Yes, it's
Di,
yeah.
do not divulge anything yet because I know it's supposed to be a surprise. Have you got that little, that little cute thing with the thing accompanied by it so you can control the other thing, the first thing I mentioned?
I got a lot of things.
Well, I've got stuff and things. I'm not sure if any of those things are the things to which you refer.
Well, the thing I showed you a video. I gave you a video link of the thing and where to buy it. And
no purchasing has as of yet occurred. So we're stuck with the regular stuff and things.
I would love to buy that thing though.
I know. And a special video just for that thing would be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Very little for the housekeeping section. We'll get. This is just going to be less than 30 seconds. I'm sure most of you have seen that the ARC video series has started. I would strongly advise that from this point forward, keep an eye on the descriptions when you're viewing those.
Hey, Sai, are we actually doing housekeeping?
Yes, we are, but...
I'm supposed to have a portrait up there.
Oh, my Lord. Why not this? All right.
Thank you. I do not want to see that again.
All right. Housekeeping time. Okay. There we go.
No, wait.
There we go.
I intended to give Piggy a video clip or something that he was supposed to... I wanted him to make into a little GIF. Not GIF. That's not what it's called. GIF.
No, it's a GIF. Yeah. And all right, well, that's
a genie instead of a... never mind.
Well, that's very interesting. Mr. Didn't have the hand up.
Those who are connected to the Discord possibly knows what I'm talking about. That was a strangely interesting discussion or conversation we had there, actually, about that, genie stuff.
Oh, look at that. Jared, are you reading the public chat?
Yep.
You want to make the announcement?
Oh, my word.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Just reached 666 subs. All right, I see. Actually, RJ has the hand up. RJ, before I get into housekeeping, do you have something to add?
Oh, yes. I want to accept that Oscar that Lavender Lady just gave to me for the performance on your Ark Encounter. And accepting this wonderful award, I would like to thank the script writers at Ark Encounter for writing such amazingly stupid captions for all of their Maryland things. It gave me such a wonderful opportunity to give this performance.
Okay, well, yes. So,
Have you covered the royalties issue?
have not yet, Mr. Hand Not Up.
I used to be called Mr. Velcro, but that's because I always forgot my name tag when I was a conscript, but that's a different story.
I see.
Don't call him Johnny.
All right, and Diana seems to have something to add before housekeeping. What do you got, Diana?
Yeah. Talking about the script writing for the wonderful Ark Encounter videos you had going there. One thing that you hadn't done, Cy, was tell us which kind the bats were put into by Ken Ham. He's got two choices. They're both wrong. But by the sign there, we didn't get to see what kind they were.
Well, in apparently the intent, there did appear to be 7 of them hanging there, so that should give us a clue. But I don't think.
Bats.
Yes, I don't think that's.
Except they were dirty. They were dusty.
They were dusty bats.
Confused.
You remarked about that. The dust on the fly.
Yes,
But
somebody.
in the Bible, I believe all of the birds of the air were to be taken by 7s.
They were okay. All right, so it's just.
And also,
And we know bats are birds, so we're good with that.
Well, isn't there the possibility of them being locusts as well because they swarm?
Well, in the Bible, I wrote you a reply in the comment section on YouTube that in Leviticus and Deuteronomy, they were listed amongst different birds of prey. Falcons, eagles, hawks.
Bats are not
Bats.
birds of prey. They're
We know that, but
chiropteran.
this
We
is a
know.
Bible that used large fish and whale interchangeably in the story of Jonah, so...
Well, in their defense, they didn't know at the time. They did the best they could. All right.
No, but God apparently knew, and he's
Wait.
perfect in
It's
all
the inerrant
knowledge.
word of God.
Wait, Sai.
Yes.
Did they really try their best? Really?
Well, okay, if I must say, a lot of the authors appeared to have tried their best to control the population and to keep women subservient. There, you made me say it. I didn't want to say it. You twisted my arm. I said it. There you go.
There we go.
Anyway.
Some of us women like being subservient at certain times.
Oh my. Not biblically. Not biblically. That's
Maybe not, but...
all right. Anyway, it seems RJ has the hand up. RJ?
Yeah, on this subject of bats, quite serendipitously, I was studying that very thing today. Todd Wood's book from 2008 gives at least 2 bat kinds, so they're not all a single blob. It basically is riffing off of the actual systematics, because as I was pointing out in the show, they don't do any work themselves. They're just copying the stuff from the other scientists. How did everybody like my David Attenborough impression, by the way?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Basically, the creationist Ken Ham in his natural habitat.
We've got to copyright
The most
that.
extraordinary creatures, indeed.
Yes.
And the little side comment in David Attenborough voice is really great. The stuff like, but they didn't know what they were doing either, and that sort of thing.
Or thought to be extinct? No, they're still extinct.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Anyway, let's see what Bo has to add here, and then I'll get into the housekeeping. Bo, what do you got?
the usual thing that happens on this channel, normally not this early.
What's that?
I don't remember.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what? When you do remember, you just throw the hand up. Doesn't matter when, and we'll get back to it. I'm sure it'll come back to you. All right.
I tend to do that. I tended to do that with my girlfriend. You know, we were talking one day about something. Doesn't matter what. I cannot remember what. Blah blah blah. Okay. In the middle of the night, 2 days later, maybe, I could call her. She could call me too and say, "Oh, I know, I remember now."
I remember.
So careful, Si. I might just find your private phone number.
That's hey, the
Careful
team.
what you wish for.
The team should have it already. I'm surprised you don't. All right.
Well, yeah, I didn't think about the call in, but
I thought you were just about to tell us how you raised your hand in a conversation with your girlfriend. But
that is a polite boyfriend, is it not? Excuse me, I'd like to speak, please.
did I mention it was an ex-girlfriend?
Oh, all right. So you don't raise the hand.
Calling drink too much?
No, she wouldn't wait around for him to remember.
You know, we were a couple for 10 years, over 10 years.
Oh my.
First half year, well, more than that, was, we lived about 170 kilometers from each other. Not by, not by a straight line, but
It made doing the bed awfully awkward.
Oh, Mark, we are going to get into it pretty quick, but we'll see you when you get back. Mark's getting food.
But then again, I was a conscript, and back then, conscripts get these special, passes. We could travel free on the government-owned transport systems. In other words, trains. So I could just jump on a train and go there for free.
Well, that's damn convenient. And a nice service.
4.5 hours standing up because it was always during the rush hour. That sucked. But I was younger. So.
Huh. Yeah, I used to be. I think we all used to be younger. All right, Jared, what do you got?
We have a question from the chat.
Uh-huh.
How close are we until Karis bedtime stories?
Oh, jeez. All right, we should. Karis, do you intend on starting a bedtime stories channel?
If that happens, I don't have a definitive date at the moment.
Okay, all right. There we have it. We do not. As soon as there is a date, I'm sure it'll be announced. I know everybody's looking forward to it.
Don't hold your breath up for it, sir.
I would love to have that date.
All right.
I would love to have that date with her. That would be awesome.
All right. On that note.
Hey, where
right
am I?
in your ear, Bo.
On that note, let us move ahead to the actual housekeeping. It's very short today. Okay.
Press your earbuds a little bit more.
As I had mentioned,
Your skirt is very short.
may I go now, Mr. Hand Not Up?
Oh, you wish my hand was up.
All right.
No, wait. Never mind.
Okay.
Phrasing.
Anyway,
That was a purpose.
here we go. As for housekeeping, it's very short tonight. Everyone's seen the ARC video series has started. I'm cranking them out as fast as I can. We should have them coming out every other day, every second day, something of that sort. Doing what we can. Now, I would advise you all, you may have noticed in the last one, there's two little Easter eggs in it. One visual, one audio. In future videos, because I know you guys like getting stuff, and you all know I like giving away stuff, read the descriptions, because there will be I'll write in the description that this is one. First, 2, 3, 4 people that email me with, either, or if there's more than one Easter egg hidden in it, who, catches it, identifies it, and gives me a timestamp, there'll be a prize of some sort. So just take a look, just a brief look at the descriptions. It'll be in the top line. You don't have to read the whole thing. But,
Sai?
Yeah.
Please remember to not, okay, it's not an order, a suggestion. Please don't, in the description, say this is a auditory Easter egg, or this is a visual. Don't mention which type it is.
Well, there may be one or more of each, though. So you don't think I should specify? Let people. Okay.
Cryptic and frustrating.
All right.
Also, something I noticed.
Somebody misplaced Sean's spanner.
What? What's that, Sean?
Spanner.
You showed up here with no spanner? Unbelievable. What?
Yeah.
You try to raise them right. This is what you get. There you go.
Something I noticed
Yes.
when you did the Where's Holbo competition.
Yeah.
It was less than 5 minutes or something, and people found it.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate for those who want to find it themselves but can't help themselves see comments on the videos. Getting what do you call it? Called out for when it was. Maybe you should put in a spam filter. You will still receive the comments, but put in a spam filter. The thing that the Easter egg thing for it. If you put in the spam filters, it will not show it up in the comment section of those videos, but you will get it.
Okay.
That way, nobody can spoil their own fun trying to look for it.
All right, that's not a bad idea.
Speaking out in a relatively inappropriate time because we're trying to guard off the stupid even before we start. But you know.
All right, so that's a good.
Begin the stupid.
That's a good suggestion. Not all right. There may be visual or there may be audio Easter eggs hidden, and there will be something in the description. And that's a good idea, Bo. I didn't think of that. Filtering it for people who I mean, I don't think anybody here, but oh, and also if you're already, it'll probably be more mugs. And by the way, the mugs that went out, those are limited edition. Those ones that went out, those are the only ones. I don't have one. So and the next
it's left from your NASA social.
Yes, I've still got 2 boxes, but the next series of mugs it is possible that anyway there'll be a different edition, and they will also be limited edition. If 8 or so go out, it's going to be 8. There's 8 on the planet, so hang on to them, because if I ever spontaneously combust, they might be worth something. Plus, you could drink coffee in them. What the hell could be better than that? Anyway,
if you do spontaneously combust, make sure that somebody puts that on video so you can get some monetization out on it.
Absolutely, that would bring in some views.
And hey, if you have visual evidence of spontaneous combustion, no one can say it's a hoax anymore.
That's true. Too bad it's a hoax. Huh? Anyway, all right.
Damn, your spoiler alert!
I forgot about that.
Come on, a small pile of sodium permanganate, and just a simple, drop of make a dent with your finger in that pile of sodium permanganate.
It's potassium permanganate.
Yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Right.
I get the Danish translation. And then
blow yourself up with Bo next week.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, as far as timing goes, wouldn't the sodium permanganate be less reactive because sodium is lighter, so you could get a little bit longer between dropping the glycerin on?
Hey, just from a liability standpoint, perhaps we should stop giving out recipes right about now. Anyway, on that note, I noticed that Jared has the hand up. Let us
legally.
Let us see what.
Just contact me, and I'll tell you how to get it.
Okay, let's see what Jared has to add. Jared, go right ahead.
So this is from the chat. NA does have a suggestion for what could go in the mug that you forgot.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Whiskey.
And Side
Yeah.
Side Strike. What if they fall off the side? Well, let's just hope they don't go and that's the last we hear from them.
Alrighty.
Friends, I haven't seen it.
Just say hello.
All right. On that note, we should probably gear up for the stupid. Hopefully, everyone is prepared for this nonsense.
I didn't see the new stupid.
Okay, well, we have some carryovers.
Good for you.
We have some carryovers from previous ones we didn't get to, and there's a bunch backlog that people have suggested. We'll get to them all. Just we only
Apologies in advance, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We've got from Universe Inside You. We've got Mars is Inhabited Beyond a Shadow of a Doubt, and we've got the double feature from Scientific Lee, which for those of you who haven't seen Scientific Lee, just. You know what? That's all. You'll see. If okay, watch the viewer count go down. And we have something the new one to replace the one we did cover last week is from Dr. Ken Hovind.
Aren't you Ken?
Hovind the Elder. We have Hovind the Elder is one of the choices. So
my little buddy from the debate.
Yeah.
The person you buried, RJ.
We need
all right.
I have never seen a viewer count go into the negative. Okay,
yeah, I know.
A second, but wow.
Holy crap! Where'd they all go?
Get a chance to debate Hovind again.
All right.
Jimmy, this is movie night.
Yes. It appears. Let's see. All right. I thought it was a hand up. It's gone. Oh well. All right.
Well, I was going to ask. Aren't these all listed as punishments?
In ordinary, normally yes. Normally yes.
Against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring up. Oh, actually, there was another question I had. Side, did you want to make the announcement about next week prior to the end of the show so you remember?
Punishments are the main attraction.
Wait, announcement? announcement? I've already forgotten what it is.
Next week.
It's when you tell somebody something that's going to happen.
Yes, I know what an announcement is, Bo. Thank you.
You said you.
All right, I would like to add the copyright nonsense ends in 4 days. So, in next movie night, we'll be back home where we usually are and where we usually should be, and all will be well.
Yeah.
And
but the content warning asshats will hopefully still stay there.
Oh, absolutely.
They stop that the nonsense.
Well, that's unrelated.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's a different one.
It's still annoying, and all right.
Still doing it?
New line every time.
Uh-oh. We got a problem. Jimmy, hey, you're naked. Where's your spanner? Here we go.
He sold it to Heat Shield, I think.
Problem solved. Problem solved. Okay.
He sold it for a wrench.
Tornado, your hands up. What do you got?
I wish to make the incantation, so let's get on with the turning of the wheel.
All right, let me get it to that screen for you so you can do your thing. And I'm not pulling the fast one tonight and making it spin for 45 minutes so you run out of breath. Here we go. All right, go ahead, my friend.
Oh, wait, it disappeared. Wheel of misfortune, turn, turn, turn. Show us the stupid that we should burn.
And we're sorry.
Spin it. Dun, 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 dun. Watch it.
Oh, look at that. We lose again. How the hell is it we lose every week? Every week we lose.
Because it's freaking rigged.
All right, well.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Sai.
Yeah?
There was only one whammy on the board, the double feature. And I was trying to get no whammy. And what the fuck happened?
It's unbelievable.
Hey, I like whammies, especially with raspberry jam on it.
Okay, then. All right, let's get this nonsense started and see where this...
I happen to like my whammies cooked on the grill.
Oh, alrighty then. And
is between you and your whammy.
Okay, now keep in mind. Let's see. The first of these is. Let's take a look.
No.
I'm just seeing how long it is. Oh, look at that. You know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. No.
7 minutes in total.
No, every time I say, "Oh, this will be quick," something bad happens, and we end up here for hours and hours and hours and hours.
And yet you do it every time.
Yeah.
Let's see. This will be quick.
Yeah. Well, the time of this video. Let's see. Which one did I have up first?
It's 7 minutes. Come on, you just do simple addition.
We know not what we do to ourselves and
the amazing Zed says it best. Whammies on the Bobby.
Lovely.
And it's a proper Bobby Dazzler.
All right. Let's. The first one we have up is called "Destroying the Cavendish Experiment with Real Science Mechanics."
That should be so impressive. I love seeing real science.
Yeah. Why don't we have Furball on right now?
I don't know. That would be ideal. That would be ideal because.
Let's see if he's awake.
Yeah, I mean,
you do that. You have a computer that's not crappy. So.
You guys have seen the thing he's constructing. Everything has been thought out for the upcoming Cavendish experiment.
He's even resurrected genetically engineered Cavendish. It's amazing.
Hey, I'm just wondering, why don't they do a Cavendish why don't they do a Cavendish experiment with bananas?
Because it would be NANAS.
Oh.
There's a link to an old live stream.
Alrighty. On that note,
there goes our monetization.
We might as well get started. Here it comes. Destroying the Cavendish experiment with real science. Crap, here it comes.
Where's summary?
Wait, the response that I got from Furball. It's 13:30. I'm not drunk yet.
Did you tell Furball we can fix that? Just come on.
Hey, wait a minute, Jared.
Oh no! I sent him the link and then said, "Let's change that."
All right. So shall I unlock? Is that what you're saying?
Not right now. He is actually helping his wife with something.
Okay, just let me know if we need to unlock for any reason. We will do so. Alrighty.
So,
What?
Like, I really need some help right now.
What?
I do believe I saw him in the Red's Rhetoric versus Dumbass Confused Individual live stream earlier, and also the after show for a few seconds. How can he not be drunk already?
All right. What's okay? Wait a minute. What is this? The opening to this one? Why does it say scientifically speaking about God's double helix? This is supposed to be about destroying the Cavendish experiment. What kind of crap is this?
It has to do with the double helix.
Maybe he's destroying Cavendish with God's double helix?
Or
I want to know what God's double helix is.
For what is his usage of the word double helix a euphemism?
Yeah, it's also conceivable I've queued up the wrong one. Let's see what it is, shall we?
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see what we got. In any case, it's scientifically and it will be silly. Here we go.
Or stupidlicious.
Well, this is okay. Here we go.
The following video and explanation shows the Cavendish experiment observations recreated with ferrofluid and a magnetic field. It is the pulling together of matter. Yet the reason and cause is due to electromagnetism and electricity not made up.
Okay.
What?
Yes, you heard it.
So for those who could barely hear it, this idiot just decided to say that what we actually see as gravity via the Cavendish experiment is actually due to electromagnetism, except there's one massive problem. Electromagnetic fields are directly measurable. And yet, when you do a Cavendish experiment with items of significant mass, but are non-magnetic materials,
or at least not ferromagnetic.
No, I'm talking like take a frickin' bowling ball and a tennis ball.
Oh, so you mean something that is not ferromagnetic and barely either para or diamagnetic?
Yeah,
Indeed.
Not even considered along the magnetic spectrum when it comes to reactivity. And you still get
lead, because that's diamagnetic.
Yep. So you still get the same results.
Indeed. All right. You know what? Sorry. Go ahead.
With no measurable electromagnetic field at play.
Indeed.
Let's see how he screws this up.
It should be interesting. All right. Well, let's see. I think Tornado has something to add to this as well. Tornado, what do you got?
Yes, I wish to say that this person is basically doing this special thing where it's electromagnetism, not gravity. But then you have to consider the fact that there must be a special kind of electromagnetism which affects everything that's not metal plus metal, and that's just another way of saying gravity. So,
you know, that's a damn good point. All right. RJ, what do you have to add?
Yeah, a couple little points here. I seem to remember that that we can actually measure electromagnetism independently with specialized instruments, and B, that the fall-off rate in gravity versus electromagnetism is different and use a different formula. One is like the cube of the thing as opposed to the square or something like that, so that there would be measurable differences, and that would be that he's screwed.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. All right. And I believe Bo has something to add on this topic as well.
Yes, I do.
Go right ahead.
I have two things.
Okay.
Now, before I do that, Sai, don't do anything until I am finished. It will make sense. First of all, he deserves a drink call. No, wait. Let's. He deserves a drink call, because he does not know about, basic editing and text color versus background legibility. Make some dumbass assertions on a video in text form. Make sure the audience can read it.
That's a handy thing.
That was a drink call now, but at least I will take that drink call back, because he does at least speak proper English. No robotic voice. It's actual English and not American English.
Okay. Hey.
Okay, that was snotty, but he does actually speak English himself and not a robot voice.
That is true. That's a plus. Okay.
So, yeah, he gets a drink call, but he also gets one.
Gets a credit. He gets a little gold star for use. Okay, that's good.
I will never give him credit for anything.
All right. And Oh, Tornado, did you have more?
Yes, I'm reading this whole text thing.
Spoilers. Wait till he gets to it, if you don't mind.
Yes, I'll wait till he gets to it because I have words for this stuff.
You have words, okay.
Otherwise, audience, you know when to mute the headphones for just a second.
All right. RJ, what have you to add?
Yeah, I was going to add to this that unfortunately the little purple stripes don't obscure the text enough.
No, it would be. All right, and here just
portions of them, and therefore sensibility and decency and scientific credibility are affronted like a fetid smell.
Okay, indeed.
And as of right now, I'm at 0.
All right, the
scientific credibility plus flat Earth is no.
All right. Anyway, I don't know if I'm sure you noticed the audio in this is a little bit low. In the original video we're actually watching, I'm going to augment it to 120%. Let me put this up a little bit, and hopefully it will not distort. I'm cranking it over 100%. If it distorts, we're going to have to put it back down and just listen real carefully.
It's distorted already in it.
Yeah. All right. Let's
just to tease Sai for it again, because I've suggested this to him a couple of times already, over the course of half a year or something. Make some mastering.
Here's another idea. Here's another idea. We're gonna hit play.
And we will shut up so we can hear this.
Like that.
Here we go. Moving on.
Word gravity. Energy attracts matter. This is how your veins and tree limbs are made, just to show it works on all things.
Drink.
Veins and tree limbs.
Did you really say that?
It's a veins and tree limbs.
Drink.
All right, Tornado, tell us about veins and tree limbs.
Energy attracts matter. That's not even remotely accurate.
I would tend to agree with you.
Energy can be converted into matter through means of certain ways that I am not privy to. But energy and matter, neither energy nor matter can be destroyed nor created. They can only be converted into forms of each other or themselves.
Oh, baby, your energy attracts my matter.
Paris! Why? But still, the fact of the matter, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to act like that.
Okay.
Your veins are not made by energy attracting matter. That's not how any of that works. Your veins are basically tubes of flesh, which have blood moving through them by means of your heart.
Indeed. Quite true.
And tree limbs are basically just saplings that grow to humongous properties.
All right.
Or I should say proportions.
That works too.
Why is matter capitalized, by the way?
But it doesn't matter. Anyway,
less stupid there, do you think?
As for the energy attracting matter, I wonder if he's ever put anything composed of matter next to an abrupt release of energy to see how much attraction goes on.
Yeah, I think the scientists at Los Alamos tried that once, and there was not much attraction. In fact, there was very much repulsion.
I did notice that, and I think
to the tune of, what was it now? Oh yeah, 16 kilotons of TNT.
Yeah, that was a fair. That did not seem like attraction at all. All right, let's. RJ. It seems RJ has something to add. RJ, what have you got?
Yeah, now Tornado, you should know how that isn't real science. I mean, haven't you been to the garden store and seeing the guys rolling the big electromagnets around, making trees so they're going to sell? I mean, this is common knowledge.
Yeah. Can I have some figures for those electromagnets, please?
You mean you're going to ask me for sources?
Oh no!
Yes.
No, this is not
I'm going to ask you for sources.
This is not that.
You have source methods.
You're the source methods, man, RJ.
All right. It's the and Diana. What have you got? Please enlighten us.
I will try. This is how your veins and tree limbs are made. Well, first of all, humans don't have tree limbs, but that's beside the point. Aren't veins and tree limbs operating on two different principles, really? Veins are hydrostatics and tree limbs are capillary action.
Indeed.
Well, there's also some capillary action in your capillary vessels, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the capillaries are not the veins. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Indeed. And what's wrong with arteries? Okay, veins are made this way. Arteries are magic.
Arteries are too vain.
No. The creator of this has a venal bias.
I see.
They bet they think this film is about them. They're so vain.
All right.
I'll energize your veins.
That was a bit. Okay.
Right over, Harris.
Let us see what else we have. Wait a minute. I got to blow up the. I got to expand the chat window.
Yeah. Pull out the 80-inch. Remember, I said 80-inch, not 8.
No, it's
not
80. Team Skeptics in the public chat. I think.
Pull up the audio clip again.
Why not?
All right, and let us move on with the stupid.
Oh boy!
And stupid it shall be. I'm making a prediction here. Here we go.
Speed at which something falls, nothing more. There is no experiment to show gravity
Drink.
except.
Just fucking drink.
See, normally I would object at us calling drink every 3 seconds, but the stupid is coming hard and fast in this one. Go ahead, Tornado. Go ahead.
What we have here is an argument from ignorance. And not only that, but it is a blatant nuh-uh. Gravity is not just a speed at which something falls. Because if it was just a speed at which something falls, it would be constant. Gravity is an acceleration towards another body.
Quite true. Quite true.
And the fact that we see objects accelerating as they move towards other bodies, like say if I were to drop this pen, it would move a certain amount at one speed, then more amount or a certain amount at 1 second, then faster at another second, and then faster and faster until it hits terminal velocity. If it was just a speed at which something moves, then that's all it would be. But since it accelerates and there's mass being accelerated, then that implies that there is a force in Newtonian mechanics.
Alrighty then.
And just because you say that there is no experiment that can show gravity doesn't mean there is no experiment that can show gravity. You're just being a denialist at that point.
Maybe he forgot to say except the experiments that show gravity. Maybe he forgot to say that.
Yeah, denial, not just a river in Egypt.
Indeed. All right. I see Jared has hand. Jared, what do you got?
Well, I just want to clarify it first. Sai, what did you say about the stupid in this video?
I don't recall.
You said it was coming hard and fast.
Because someone is either going to say phrasing or giggity, one or the other.
But technically, what he is saying at this point in his horribly written visually script, there is no other experiment to show gravity other than Cavendish. Technically, that is correct because of the massive Earth that you are standing on. You need to find a way to counter, or at least mitigate, that gravitational influence, which is why the mechanism of the Cavendish experiment was so ingenious. However, nowadays, if you really want to have fun with it, you can send an apparatus up to orbit where you're in microgravity. And what happens there? Oh, shit. Mass still attracts mass, like a video we showed snippets of on my show prior to this, where the wonderful astronaut Hatfield had filled a washcloth with water and then wrung it out. Now, funnily enough, the water that was wrung out didn't go to the floor, it didn't fly up, it didn't go in any direction. It just stayed right there around the washcloth and his hands, almost like mass attracting mass.
Almost.
Indeed.
All right. It would appear Diane has something to add as well. Please go right ahead.
Yeah, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I did a very cursory search here. Numbnuts over here says gravity is a speed at which something falls. If it's a speed, it should have the units of distance over time.
Yes.
Meters per second. That's one thing. I went looking.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Housekeeping. Something is wrong here.
What's wrong?
The live stream is dead.
I tried to post on there and it was getting errors, so maybe they have been
Exactly.
I'm showing green over here in Stream Health.
Yeah. I'm trying even on my cell phone with the Wi-Fi off, so I'm not using the same internet connection. No joy on YouTube whatsoever.
Hang on, I'm looking. Oh!
I tried posting in the YouTube live chat and it was getting error. Try again.
No, it's not your stream.
No, I'm not even talking about our stream, but YouTube.
We brought down. Are you telling me we brought down YouTube?
YouTube?
You killed YouTube!
All right.
You bastards!
All right. Let's see what YouTube's looking like over here.
I think
we're getting error 500.
Guys, in your own area, go to downdetector.com and check it out there.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
The video feed, from what I can tell externally, is there. But when I go to send even just a simple meow in the chat, error. Try again.
Yeah.
That happened to me as well. Yeah.
Me too. All right. Well,
we have the audio hostage. We can say whatever we want and it can't respond.
I'm looking at Down Detector, and unfortunately, the commenters in there do not show where they are geographically. But I see a ton of people saying it's down, but not Netflix.
All right. Well, let's.
Yeah, let's look at this, and
that includes Southwest Florida, by the way.
All right.
PA report's been released.
I can't believe we torched the entirety of YouTube. How this is a pretty stupid video we're watching, but it's not that stupid.
Well, how did we bring down the entirety of YouTube?
I think I have an idea. It's cumulative. So with Fight the Flat Earth so-called debates with an idiot on... Hey
guys, I just brought up the watch page and we still have the audio on YouTube, so it seems.
All right, well, let's just continue. Hopefully comments will come back. It's unfortunate because...
We're sorry that there's been a slight glitch, but you're going to have to hear more stupid.
Yeah, I'm not...
Twitter out. Use Twitter to notify people of, hey, we're not sorry anymore. Thank you, YouTube.
Oh, hey, I'm seeing comments. Comments.
Themselves with the glove, and then say glove means never having to say you're sorry.
We're back.
Right,
we're back.
We're good.
All right, we're all good. Hey, you know what? Actually, no. Oh, guys, no. We're not. Crap. We thought we were still good. We're not. I just checked, and this is serious.
The video's still going.
Yeah, we still got this video.
I don't know here, kids.
All right, now
let's continue.
But anyway.
All right, chat is back. Yes, Zero. We can. Yeah. I'll try. Let's augment this a little bit more.
And Diana, I'm sorry I interrupted you, but
no problem. That was far more important than driven fine.
Team Skeptics said they almost look for another form of Friday night stupidity from that.
Oh no! We wouldn't want that to happen.
Well,
right.
And speaking of him, the most recent message I have for him, for you, Sai, is so Skeptic isn't joining the panel as of right now because he's working on editing a video.
That's preferable.
But from him, but if I get deathly bored and want to hang with some smaller channels, I'll let you know.
All right, you know what? Let me move all the furniture out of this side of the house just in case he does join. I want there to be enough room for that big channel to join us.
So, Sai, shall we continue with the stupid?
Well, I think Diana had a little bit more to say.
A little bit more to say that, to recap very quickly for those who mercifully forgot about what I was saying. It says gravity is a speed at which something falls. Now, if gravity were a speed, it would have to have units of distance over time, like meters per second or something like that. I went looking for the units of gravitational potential, and I think I found what I was looking for, and we have energy per mass. We have joules per kilogram. That doesn't sound at all like meters per second. Maybe somebody else has an idea that's, maybe it does, but
I do.
Joules per kilogram does not sound like meters per. So gravity would not be a speed,
no.
Guys. No, not at all.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Well, wait, there is big G and little g. You have the constant, and then you have the acceleration due to gravity, which does go down to 9.8102 meters per second.
No, meters per second per second.
Yeah.
That's what I was just going to say.
All gravity is an acceleration, as Einstein would have said after the fact, saying, "Here's why."
Indeed. Okay.
So either way, you're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Just hit and play on this video. We're screwed. All right.
Yeah.
Tornado's got the hand up. What do you got, Tornado?
Now, I was going to say that gravity, as far as acceleration is concerned, is measured in units of meters per second per second. Meters per second squared.
Indeed.
That's that cute little two.
The longer you act, the faster you go. If there is and gravity is just relentlessly, it doesn't stop, man.
All right.
And that's also why
it continuously accelerates up somehow.
It's a very great
Until you hit an obstacle and then you stop.
Indeed.
Apparently that hasn't happened yet, though.
Alrighty. On that note, let us continue with the stupid, in case anyone is starting to lose the effect of this torture. Here it comes, and we're still sorry, by the way. Here it comes.
The bending of light in a gravitational field. The debunk for this is laser light through soap bubbles alters the path, so it's not proof of anything except light.
Oh my! Oh.
Wait, the live chat is delayed, so earbud warning.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
drink! Just all the drinks. I'm breaking it out. I have to break it out.
All right.
I'm breaking out the mitt for the first time ever. And 3, 2, 1.
All right.
That
Now,
face palm really hurt.
Now, you have some response to that latest statement, do you, Tornado?
Yes, I have some response to that latest statement. Light moving through soap bubbles, that's refraction, and entirely different from what we experience in terms of gravity.
Yes.
Because if you're shining light through a soap bubble, of course it's going to bend because it's entering a different medium. But in space, where there are no mediums for light to pass through, it's just the vacuum of space, and light still bends? I'm sorry, but at that point, you've got to give it, the jig is up. Because during one of the eclipses, which is how general relativity actually became as close to proven as it could possibly get, because while it's a theory, it would require an infinite amount of tests over an infinite amount of time. So, yeah.
Well put.
We actually saw stars that were supposed to be behind the sun appearing off the limb of the sun during a total solar eclipse.
Yeah.
So, and since there's no medium for light to pass through in the vacuum of space, you kind of shot yourself in the foot.
And none of these stars got in trouble for being where they weren't supposed to be. So, indeed.
Oh, and heck, if you look at the Einstein ring, which is where there's a galaxy in between another galaxy, and the galaxy that's being obscured by the other galaxy is actually forming a ring around the one. If anyone's seen that image, that's a perfect example of light being bent.
Yep, that's gravitational lensing at its finest.
Exactly. So you need to should.
Lensing.
All right. And it seems that RJ has some wisdom to deliver. Please, RJ, go ahead.
Yeah. Just to make sure you've updated the just plain wrong thing counter because of that. I don't recall Newton making use of either lasers or soap bubbles in working out the gravitational theory in the Principia.
Well, definitely no lasers.
No. And
although he did use sunlight and prisms to show light being able to be separated into its component colors.
Yeah, which was a wonderful experiment, but had nothing to do with gravity.
Or soap.
Exactly.
Or soap.
Or soap. Yeah, it's palm olive or anything else. That's until you realize that he's all part of the soap conspiracy of the Illuminati.
Indeed. Alrighty.
A principle that's being bandied about flat tartopia, that is causing him to use this comparison. I mean, is there some principle that they're common within this group that caused?
Maybe he had too many bubble baths as a child are not enough.
Well, Scientific Lee is a different one from. He's kind of off on his own with his hypothesizing.
So he's different from the other.
Let us move on.
Yeah, he's a little. We'll
Jay, by the way.
What'd you say, Bob?
In chat, Jay.
Yep, Jay Brown's heading to bed. He's got to work in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. Alrighty.
Utopia, but it came out completely wrong. Apologies.
What came out and did it hurt?
The Cavendish experiment.
Alrighty. Okay, soap bubbles. Yep, we're very good. Okay, yep, that was Just Plain Wrong. We're good. And here it comes.
It can be redirected. And the Faraday effect shows light can be bent by a magnetic field in a medium, which would be plasma here in space.
Okay, that was all right. The first hand I saw was Tornado. Tornado, please go ahead.
Diana called it first.
Okay, Diana, would you like to go?
Donkey. Yeah, the Faraday experiment showed no such thing. The Faraday experiment, or the Faraday effect, is all about the rotation of the plane of polarization of light, not the bending of its path, which the light can be repolarized, or the polarization can be affected by a magnetic field. Yeah, we know that. That's what Faraday effect is all about. But no, the light does not change in its direction. Not what you are implying, jackass. Put it away.
Diana seems displeased.
Just slightly.
All right, and let's see. Bo has something to add. Bo, enlighten us.
Yeah, I do. I just, I sincerely, I'm already getting stupider. No, in light of this guy's video, double feature video, I fear that we will be abusing the drink call. And as we all know, the story of the boy who cried wolf, we should probably, invent a different word to use so we don't make it less important, that word. I mean,
see,
just make it a half a drink. Well, also, I've spent how many hours warming up to this?
See, I would say sip, but I hate that word. I'm just not fond of that word.
Well, here's the problem. We are going to go from drink to ow.
I've done that several times, actually, and it's unfortunate because I'm, part of the time I'm holding my screwdriver so I can, hit that glass, and if I'm not, paying attention, I will forget that I'm holding said screwdriver.
And facepalm.
Exactly.
And injure yourself. We don't want that. All right.
Yeah, thankfully, I'm not, clinching it with a closed fist, so I won't be, skewing my own eye. But
yes, please avoid that. Pointy end is not meant for user.
Order one of those oven mitts of yours.
Indeed.
And Bo, then you would be screwed.
Oh. All right. Let us see. RJ is patiently waiting. RJ, enlighten us.
Yeah, I suddenly had the horrible thought that our experimenter totally misunderstood the nature of language. And in the Cavendish experiment, he takes a dish into a cave and observes it not doing anything. So that's how he disproves it.
Disproven. Okay, that is possible.
Yeah, so we'll see whether my working hypothesis is refuted or not with it.
All right.
Now, wait a minute. Wouldn't that be the cave-in dish? So you'd have to have a really large dish and then somehow put this... I'm not doing very well at this.
Oh no, you're delaying perfectly. This is one of the best delays we've had.
Excellent delay. Yeah, we'll use one of those satellite dishes and we'll bring it in with a forklift.
There we go.
And we'll go to the Carlsbad Caverns, and then we'll ward off bats. And then we'll have to scrape all the dung across, and that's messed up the experiment. So they're going to have to bring in a fresh dish. And we've got this.
All right.
And by the way, for anybody
I can do even better. Yeah, I can do it better, Diana.
Yes, dear.
We don't even need either a ceramic-based disc or metallic dish. Sorry. We have view, so we don't need any other dishes.
Oh!
Oh!
Yeah,
didn't have it.
It's good, but the delivery was.
I thank you for that. Yes, I am blushing.
You got to work on your stand-up there.
Yeah, sitting down.
No. Nobody stands. Because if any of you make it to standing up, you're going to leave. I see what video we're watching. No standing up.
If I stand up right now, I'll knock something over.
Just
All
to
right.
mention that RJ made, if anyone has not yet gone to Carlsbad Caverns, please do. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful place. Wet and dry caves. So you get all
Mammoth Caves in Kentucky is quite spectacular.
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely.
Got an underground river.
That's cool.
His wife and I went there on our honeymoon.
The Carlsbad Caves, that's out in Southern California, right?
No, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico, yeah.
Okay, so only about 28. Only about 2,800 miles away instead of 35. Okay.
You have full credits on your teleporter.
Okay. Look what Furball says in the chat. I eat egg droppity soup in my Cavendish. All right. And
Those credits, can they be used on a cell phone?
Terry's got the hand up. What do you got?
I know I'm a bit late, so's this joke. So we were saying about the Cavendish. Would a bowl work just as well?
Might. Yes.
Might.
Yeah. So all right. That's deep.
Was
Hey,
that?
Where are muted trumpets or trombones for that matter?
That's actually well done.
I've heard tonight.
Yes. All right. Well, since there seems to be no way to avoid it, here's more stupid.
Not for lack of trying.
Then we have gravitational redshift.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
More theories saying white light goes red when accelerated away, which cannot be verified except to say the universe is expanding. I say redshift is stars going out, as redshift has been seen.
Wait. This is most likely going to be a drink. But can we get a repeat of that last bit?
I would be, I would be unhappy to. Here we go. Let's repeat that, shall we? Here, let's see if this is far enough back.
Silence, because I want to make sure we hear the stupid correct.
Okay, everybody quiet. Let's make sure we get the stupid full effect here. Here we go.
Out, as redshift has been seen in front of blue shift, which they say is impossible. Yet it happens.
Now we got to back that up a bit more. Sorry about this.
Yeah, it almost sounds like you went forward.
No. He said that before, but we were all what the hell and talking. So here we go. This should be enough back. I don't want to go too far back because, well, you know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if this is far enough.
Which cannot be verified except to say the universe is expanding. I say redshift is stars going out, as redshift has been seen in front of blue shift, which they say is impossible.
Drink, DR.
Drink. I wonder if that's drink worthy, and I'm going to take a guess here and hypothesize that somebody's going to go for a not even wrong on that.
Go ahead,
Jared.
Not even wrong, because he quite literally said, I think redshift is just stars going out. No, you freaking idiot. A star burning out and fading out of its luminous state of life, most stars will just go to some dwarf state instead of going supernova. There's a very small percentage that go nova. And what happens with those nova bursts? They actually still are affected by redshift. That's actually why right now a certain number of supernovae are our standard candles, which, by the way, they are working on changing that from being supernova standard candles to actual certain quasars being standard candles. But that is entirely a topic way over this fucking guy's head.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah, Sai, I'm never gonna, let you get over this. Yeah, I'm not getting this.
Indeed. All right.
That when he was in Denmark last summer, I think it took 15 15 minutes for every single ticket to get bought up. And by the way, we don't have that much of a problem with scalpers that you seem to have in US. 15 minutes for a whole show to get sold out. Insane. And I blame you for it. Not that, but you know.
Okay. All right.
A little bit of a reprieve, by the way, but also a true statement.
Good enough. Alrighty. Let's see what Tornado has to add while I see if I can do something with the hard volume on this video. Go ahead, Tornado.
Just what the heck is this guy saying? Of course we observe redshift. We actually have several stars like our sun, which are the standard model for certain kinds of redshift. And we've also observed blue shift in certain stars as well. And the fact that he's going to say that he's going to conclude that blue shift is shown to be a lie, if he says that, if he goes there, I'm going to have RJ and Jared tear his ass up and down for this.
Well, keep in mind, Pelt, what we heard a little bit while trying to get back to the bid is he said you see red shift happening in front of blue shift. And guess what? You can only get that if there's a massive gravitational influence that the light passes between.
You mean like, say, a black hole? Or another galaxy?
Fair.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it seems like not all of this guy's dogs are barking.
not barking. I'm wondering if his dogs are even breathing.
Indeed. All right. And it would appear that RJ has some refutation of this latest statement. Let's see what it is, shall we? RJ.
I'm sorry, but I'm compelled to say something science-y.
Oh, wait. We got a button for that.
Science alert.
Science alert, science alert. Where the hell is it? God damn it. I was unprepared.
I've said so many times, get an extra keyboard.
Getting the impression of why this absorption thing and red shifts and blue shifts are so incredibly important. See, they found out back in the 19th century that they could look at the light coming from stars and they were having absorption bands where the various elements were. That's how they discovered helium in the sun and various other things. And it's very reliable and it applies everywhere. So when you see a star that is moving away from the Earth, all those spectrum bands are moved in the direction of the red shift, of the blue shift, because it's going away.
Almost like it's shifted.
Yeah, almost as like it's shifting. And so this is how you can measure whether the things are coming for you. This is the same principle as a train going by, an acoustic wave. This is really basic physics, Mr. Science, telling us things with the purple stuff in front of the illegible words. Get a grip, you haven't even caught up in 1840.
All right. I have...
We're 6 screens in, and how much time do we have left on this video?
Oh, we've only got about...
We've got a minute in.
Yeah, we're a minute in, and this video is only almost just a little under 5 minutes long.
We've got until Tuesday.
Yeah. All right.
So I wasn't late after all.
No. It's not like you're gonna be short on stupid. It's.
Yeah, we have another one.
Science. I just couldn't help.
No, it's refreshing. Trust me. Anyway, all right. I did. I threw a boost of 20% on the audio. Hopefully, it's not going to distort, but it should make it a little more audible.
Distort our minds.
Oh yes, it's already doing that.
That's a bad thing.
It's doing that at a low volume. All right, here we go. Let's see what it sounds like. I may have to adjust further. Here we go.
Yet it happens. But it is not reported because it shows it to be a lie. I recreate the Cavendish experiment observations with electromagnetism. Yesterday,
oh my!
What the fuck did he just say?
Hey, language!
I heard it.
He recreated the Cavendish experiment with electromagnetism.
Yeah.
I would call
the very thing you can't use to recreate the experiment.
And of course, we just need to look in the video description of his so-called video, and we will see. Oh wait.
Electromagnetism.
Probably not. We probably won't be able to see that so-called experiment he made.
Perhaps not, but
electromagnetism is not the same as gravity.
Indeed,
they work on 2 completely different forces. with two completely different cutoff rates.
Well, but here's the thing. If you are using ferromagnetic materials as your dummy weights in this, you can use magnetism to impart the effect.
Yes.
You would be intentionally and massively fucking it up, but you can do it.
But Sly Sparkane does it with bowling balls.
Which is exactly why he picked those.
Yeah.
That way you cannot claim magnetism because of that.
Indeed. But yes, quite true. You can produce something that looks like the Cavendish experiment using magnetic attraction and repulsion. But alrighty. Now let's continue then.
Differs by orders of magnitude. Too.
Can we move on now?
Oh, I was hoping you guys were going to delay, but all right, here we go.
I'm wanting to show this Cavendish experiment that he promised to show us.
He did. It's in the title even.
I know how to delay this.
How's that?
Yeah, apparently, now I'm not sure about the time precisely, but apparently someone that posted on one of those outage report thingies for YouTube, etc., posted, we hacked YouTube, follow Twitter, blah, 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 Arbeitsterrainer, more info coming soon. Oh. Apparently somebody hacked YouTube.
Well, really?
Well, speaking of that, from the live chat, Heat Shield did say something that I just have to say, hack the planet!
Okay, got it.
Allowed to use pics too.
I want to watch film. I want
to watch a frame that doesn't look like a PowerPoint gone wrong.
Yeah, we will move on. But
yes,
just
please,
before doing that,
to a frame that doesn't look like someone decided to massively screw up PowerPoint with a magnet.
Just before that point, let's see what Terry has to add. What do you got, Terry?
Quick. Yeah, I'll try to be quick. BM Furball said he's going to do an experiment using the floor and a coffee cup. Can you videotape that and use your best cup?
No, we don't use tapes anymore. That's not true. I do have a video camera that uses tape.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Donate that to a museum.
You're picking on my age again, Bo.
No, because you don't exist. No, wait, you're not Australian. You're not. You're. Never mind.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, really.
Let's go.
It's about that time.
I heard an invitation.
Moving on. Here we go.
Created gravity using electromagnetism.
Yeah. Already covered.
Redshift measured. Astronomers also use redshift to measure approximate distances to very distant galaxies. The more distant an object, the more it will be redshifted. Do you see the...
Okay.
Quote mine incoming. Actually, no, there's a quote mine right there. I'm suspecting there's something very important being hidden under that ellipsis.
Okay. All right. So shall we wait and see what he comes up with?
Yeah. Let's
all right. Here we go. Moving on some more.
Further away, the more redshift. Wrong. Blues are in front of reds, and blues are behind reds. Some big.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely
wrong.
There's that song again.
Yeah, indeed. One of our favorites.
Because here's the thing. The vast majority of observations that we make when we are looking to see how shifted blue or red a certain source of photons is, you only aggregately see one or the other, which not only will give you the distance, but also directionality relative to the observation point. Which is why blue means it's coming towards us, like Andromeda, or going away from us, the majority of everything else.
Alrighty.
So then what about purple?
And we are not. No, we are not talking about Anthony Riley right now.
Oh, you had to bring that up. I'd finally scrubbed that from my brain. There it is again.
You're welcome.
Here we go. I actually found the bit hidden under the ellipsis.
Okay.
As the light travels great distances and is redshifted, its wavelength may be shifted by a factor of 10. So light that starts out as ultraviolet may become infrared by the time it gets to us.
Aha. Okay. So
you wouldn't want to put that in. It makes it clearer.
Indeed, the last thing these folks want.
Mine.
Yeah, the last thing these folks want is clarity, obviously. But
it is important to remember that although such distant galaxies can appear to be moving away from us at near the speed of light, the galaxy itself is not traveling so fast. Its motion away from us is due to the expansion of the space between us.
Also not mentioned in this quote. Odd.
Most of the space between that guy's ears.
Oh, no. He does say that. Look, as the universe expands, the space between the galaxies is expanding. All right. Look at that. It is included. Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Brain matter is redshifted.
Yeah, I think so.
Brain matter.
Ooh.
Oh, and there is such a thing as gravitational redshift, like in the case of black holes. Some people have speculated that if you're a ship watching someone fall into a black hole, you'll start to slow down as you near the event horizon. You'll never truly cross it, but eventually you will be redshifted into oblivion.
Indeed.
Spaghettified.
Yeah, that's a depressing thought. That if you do want to go, you get stuck at depressing. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Hang on. Crypto is cheating.
What's crypto doing? Oh. Oh no. There's not supposed to be one solution for all the stupid we have. It's supposed to be per unit.
Yeah. Let her have happy pills.
It's supposed to be per unit.
Crypto's been having a seizure in chat for the past 5 minutes.
Oh.
Crypto, you are either weak or just plain smart. I can't make up my mind.
Probably the second, if history's any indicator. All right. On that note, let us move on. Here we go.
Distant objects may emit energy in the ultraviolet or even higher energy wavelengths. The only way to debunk this is by telling me how rain forms by gravity. An electromagnetic
What? And how are boots and how are boots made?
I just got whiplash here.
Drink.
All right. Now, let's see. Who called it? Which hand went up? Was that you, Tornado? Were you the first hand?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Tornado. Enlighten us.
Tell me how gravity forms spheres, please. Okay, I'll be glad to. What you do is you have a gravitational concretion of matter. You have particles of dust colliding with each other. Eventually, these collisions will form a sphere due to hydrostatic equilibrium. You see, gravity wants to pull things to the center of mass. And when you have a low gravity mass, like an asteroid, lumps can stick out all over the place. But when you start having a high gravity mass, such as smaller planetoids like Ceres or, let's say, Charon in the Kuiper Belt,
or parallel,
you start to have the gravitational field become so immense that it starts to basically even the entire planet out. So, it turns out there's this interesting phenomenon called hydrostatic equilibrium, where the mass of the object under its own gravitational field will collapse to form the most stable shape it can create, a sphere.
Okay, well, cool.
Water turns into spheres. Well, rain forms in a different mechanism. It just falls to the ground because of gravity. Rain in its little spherical droplets, that's because of surface tension.
Agreed. Alrighty. And see, I'm having to.
Let's should have thrown up science alert.
Yeah,
I was going to say that you're a bit late now.
Science alert on that.
Yeah.
Be faster on the trigger there, side.
Yeah, after the fact, there was some science going on back there. And, I'm going to wait until we go through the next two hands to decide whether it's just plain wrong or not even wrong. I'm leaning towards not even.
Oh.
Who was up next? Jared,
No, I'm looking at the electromagnetic double helix field. Just mark that whole thing as not even wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
even wrong. Because in order to even ask the question, the only way to debunk this is by telling me how rain forms by gravity is completely disingenuous to begin with. And because that's not just a slight misunderstanding of what's going on, that is a blatant denial.
Really?
And, yes?
The bullshit claim that an electromagnetic double helix field creates spheres. I'm sorry, what the heck is an electromagnetic double helix field? I'm sorry, that's just word salad.
Euphemism for something very different.
And here's the thing. I think what he's trying to allude to there is a manipulation of a torus field, which here's the thing. Once you get any sort of field mechanics going on, again, like you were saying before with the hydrostatic equilibrium, equilibrium in general, the most efficient equilibrium state that any object can get to is a sphere. So I would love to see how he can, one, prove the double helix to begin with, and then two, show how it then collapses down into a sphere of some sort.
Oh, and can we also add, how does that double helix affect non-ferromagnetic materials like dust?
It's a plastic magnet. You know?
Or I should say silicate rock. Explain that, please.
I'm still having trouble with electromagnetic double helix. I'm having trouble with an electromagnetic helix at all.
Can we just say word salad, da da da, yummy, yummy?
All right. That works. RJ, what do you got?
Yeah, you know, it may be because he's now switched to a font and size that allows us to unfortunately read his text over his background.
That is a problem.
I always thought that like the physicsy bunch use like formulas. I've seemed to see those in science papers a lot. Did he slip some science mathy stuff in underneath us in like invisible ink or in pixels too small to be seen by the human eye? I'm just wondering.
Not even close.
It's behind those. It's behind those electric purple stripes there.
Those might be the waves.
Oh, are they magnetic?
Are they actually stripes?
Also, Crypto's at it again. Electromagnetic double helix field sounds like something that alters the evolved forms of Pokemon.
That
catch them all! I gotta stop there because I can hear the lawyers already rappelling down my building.
Someone shredded a Scientific American and he tried to paste it all together and didn't quite get all of the
so this is another
RJ, that is entirely too kind. You're even assuming he wouldn't have eaten the paste first.
I could account for it as well there.
All right.
Oh, little child, you've done that again. I'm never going to give you nature medicine.
Oh, Chris Katsolis and the results of drinking chili juice. And he says, don't go chasing
Use my kryptonite, do not even mention that thing's name.
All right. Anyway, why don't we move on to Bo, who's patiently waiting. Bo, what have you got for us?
Well, Jared said something that sparked fear. I do believe he used the word geometry and helix something. I'm thinking of sacred geometry now. Please help.
Oh, stop thinking that. If you want, you know what, Bo, if you want, I could play some more of this stupid. It'll wash that right out of your head.
No, I mean, yes. No, yeah. Oh, I'm confused.
It's a tough choice, isn't it? All right. Well, since I do seem to have the cursor on the play button, let's see what happens. Here we go. More stuff. And we're still sorry. Here we go.
Helix field creates spheres.
Yeah, sure it does.
Pulls them in.
Yeah.
Tell me how gravity does it, please.
Read a book.
Asked and answered.
So, the Cavendish effect.
The hell's that?
What's a Cavendish?
Two veins.
Looks like tentacles on me.
Wait, he's saying. Let's see what he says here. This is a Cavendish effect. I don't see a lot of Cavendish affecting going on. Let's see what it is. Here we go.
It's very badly lit.
Here we go.
Two veins. Two spheres being pulled together.
What?
Nothing to do with gravity.
Crap. No.
Okay. I don't see.
What is? I can't make that out.
All right.
It looks like meat.
No. It looks like a representation of the circulatory system.
I believe so. And
if you home in, do we see a teeny tiny nuclear submarine in there?
I'll try and paste one in.
A little yellow one.
All right. It would appear that Jared might have some kind of refutation for this latest batch of bull.
And here's the thing: you're wondering how gravity does it. Well, one, the veins don't work by gravity, and two, notice how they separate into little globules themselves initially. One, if this was someone's actual bloodstream and you saw that and there were pockets like that, chances are you're giving them an embolism, which is going to kill them. And two, yeah, blood pools and creates spheroid globules, just like every other fluid. Wait a minute. Have you gotten out of the 4th grade there, scientifically?
I know what this is called. It's called surface tension.
Yes, that is all
Well,
right.
we've got a lot of surface tension tonight.
Surface tension is part of it, but here's the thing. Surface tension is a result of its own gravity.
Alrighty, and let's
He's attempting to use an experiment that has nothing to do with the Cavendish to refute the Cavendish.
Yes, yes. This is a Cavendish demonstration that I don't remember Cavendish actually doing. So let's see what happens. Yeah. All right, here.
Crypto actually says this is one of Scientifically's victims. Moving on.
All right. Let's see what Dexter has for us.
With EM forces. This is the construction, which uses torsion balance made of 6-foot wooden rod horizontally suspended from a wire to its diameter 1.6 pound lead spheres, each attached to each end. 2 12-inch 348 pound lead balls were located near the smaller balls, about 9 inches away, held in place with a separate suspension system. The experiment measured the faint gravitational attraction between the small balls and the larger ones. I say it's electromagnetism.
Okay, well, yeah, that's sounds like crap to me.
Lead is not ferromagnetic.
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear.
Lead is not ferromagnetic.
That is true. It is diamagnetic.
Alrighty. And since there were no... well, we don't know, but there's no demonstration of a magnetic field affecting it either way, so that goes under the just plain wrong category. Moving on.
Ooh, and I have an awesome video to share about, the magnetic properties of elements shown in real life, on videos by a cool dude who doesn't have exactly the best English, but he's cool.
That's okay. You remember, you're talking to Americans. We don't have the best English.
That is true. Yeah, you don't know what aluminium is.
Aluminium? That's similar to aluminum, isn't it? Yeah. Except it's not.
But then again, tin foil is not really tin; it's aluminum.
Used to be. I will say, however, that the Golden Tinfoil Hat Award that we awarded once for Jared, and then decided we couldn't beat that, but apparently we can. Looking at the stuff we've been watching lately, the Golden Tinfoil Hat on that is actually tin foil. It is real tin.
Couldn't we make that into some type of mercury-based product so we can hopefully poison them somehow? Oh, sorry.
All right.
Crypto 457 actually says it best.
Mm-hmm.
If blood was ferromagnetic, magnets would kill off every species on Earth.
well, actually, what is the reason for blood, human blood, for example, being red?
Iron.
Ferrous oxide.
Indeed.
Which is, ferrous.
Although most of the stuff looks perfect, the plasma itself is quite transparent.
Yeah, so it is. So parts of the blood is ferromagnetic. Not a whole lot, but
indeed.
So we bleed rust.
Kinda. And let's see. Yeah, we all saw that X-Men movie. Okay, RJ, what do you got?
Apropos nothing other than just general information, I live fairly close to the Kaiser aluminum plant here, which they do not make aluminum foil there, but they do make parts for airplanes.
Aha. Well, cool. And Jared, what have you got?
From the chat, Mark Beiser. We kicked British ass twice, then bailed them out twice. English belongs to America now.
America.
Before that even happened, the Vikings kicked the British ass, and the Vikings
became the British.
Yeah, the Vikings.
But by the time they did that, they were speaking French.
England woke up and they became woke and started thinking, oh, wait a minute, maybe we should build a navy.
All right, we'll find us someone who can speak Viking on this show then. That would be cool.
Yes, the Norsemen actually, the Norman that conquered England in 1066 were speaking French by that time.
Alrighty.
Originally in Old Norse. We should see if Halsoy can speak that. No, wait, he's Swedish.
Moving on, guys.
Oh, all right. Tornado has uttered the magic words. We must move on. Here we go.
Metal here. So am I. The two large balls were positioned on alternate sides of the blah, 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 blah. You can go and look at that experiment.
Yeah, those are the use of the science terms.
It actually makes sense there. He said blah, blah, blah.
Okay, here's one that here's a drink. Let's let him say it though.
The Cavendish experiment. Metals are moved by electricity and electromagnetism, as I've proven.
Okay, now here we go. All right. Go ahead, Jared.
So this is not even wrong, because you do not have to use anything metal in the Cavendish experiment setup. As a matter of fact, when I did it while doing my first undergrad for electrical engineering, we made it a point to not use any metallic items in our setup, just to negate the potential for any EM or magnetic interference.
Yeah.
There you go.
Although pesky fellows.
So Norman, Lee is lying. Tornado, what do you got?
You can use anything for a Cavendish mechanism. You can even use rocks.
Indeed. That would have to be a big ball.
So we have a handy.
But have to be a big ball of cotton.
Wood for all I care, or just solid pieces of plastic or foam.
All right.
Also present in his head.
That is the safety Cavendish mechanism. It's the Nerf.
Those balls bouncing into each other too hard.
The Nerf Cavendish. All right.
Oh no! Someone actually does that. Kudos to them.
Indeed. All right. And here we go. Stuff.
So let's be clear here. Their science observations are from 100 years old, before electricity and electromagnetism were considered anything. And NASA, up until a few months ago, stated electricity and electromagnetism played no role in space. They have changed that.
I don't remember them saying that, but okay. Let's see. Was that Tornado? Was that you?
Yeah, Tornado got it first.
Go ahead.
There's before electromagnetism was considered anything 100 years ago. Excuse me, when was Benjamin Franklin around?
Well, he's still around, isn't he?
Well, you have Franklin, then you have Faraday, then you have Tesla, then you.
So yeah, the idea that electricity and magnetism are interlinked is more than 100 years old, Mr. Scientifically. So you've been cut out on that one. So that's a not even wrong, or just plain wrong, I should say.
Okay.
I'm sure some.
And then there's the fact that then when they say that electricity and electromagnetism play no role in space, if electromagnetism played no role in space, then there wouldn't really be any way for us to communicate, because how do we communicate in space? We use this interesting thing called radio waves. What are radio waves?
Yeah.
Electromagnetic radiation.
Quite true.
Oh, and it turns out that light is also a form of electromagnetic radiation and comes off of our sun.
Yeah, it's part of the EM spectrum.
Indeed.
So,
but making antennas for it's a pain in the ass.
To say that electromagnetism plays no role in space is a bold-faced lie, so that's another just plain wrong.
Indeed.
As some of us in here knows what I mean, something called from DC to daylight.
Yep.
Alrighty, and I think next was Jared. What do you got?
So when you really look at everything, yes, this guy was outright lying in this, because, and here's the thing, their science observations are over 100 years old. Really, then why is it continually repeated at many universities multiple times a year across the fucking world?
Yeah, one wonders.
And, like I already stated, in the one that I took place in, we specifically made it a point to make sure that there was no electric or electromagnetism interference in it, because we automatically already started thinking about that. It's like, wait a minute. He used metallic objects in this. Why do we have to do that when we can isolate from these potential interactions by using things that are immune to electromagnetism and magnetic fields?
Did you also go nuts with Hall effect sensors or equivalent of?
No, but one of us got the idea, hey, let's go ahead and create another Faraday cage just in case, because some of us were working in my shop where we had to do work on some radios inside of a Faraday cage. That way we can test them and not annoy the shit out of local air traffic control, since these were the emergency radios and emergency beacons that made them think that there was an aircraft down somewhere.
Oops.
but then again, Faraday cages won't do anything in terms of magnetic properties, of ferromagnetic properties.
Magnetic, no, but it would isolate you from the EM field, which that was what we were looking for. And by using, we used dense maple and high density EPP to make sure that the materials we were using were not magnetic reactive. So that's how we isolated it between the two potential interactions.
There you go. Hey, science, it fucking works and it's cool.
Indeed.
Speaking.
Alrighty, let's see. Who else we got? Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, this guy is either way back stuck in another era or he's playing to people who are. He says their science observations are over 100 years old. Now let's think about what 100 years old means.
Thank you.
When I was young, when I was a girl, 100 years ago was antebellum. People were barely advanced from stone knives and bear skins. Today, in 2019, 100 years ago, Einstein had already presented special and general relativity, and they were well on their way to being confirmed. 100 years ago, 90 years ago, we finally got the idea that our galaxy was not the extent of the universe. 100 years old isn't what some people think it is, not what the progress of science and technology as it has been.
Which is what I was going to be getting at, but not nearly as eloquently. So, thank you again. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Karis. Yes, you.
If I may add to what Lavender Lady said, 80 years ago, we developed the tools and the technology to start work on the atomic bomb. 70 years ago, I should say 64 years ago, we dropped an armed nuclear weapon over a country. Actually, it would be 66 years ago since it's 1965.
And it's a little more than that because I'm just short of 62, and World War II ended 12 years before I was born.
Okay, so 76 years ago, we dropped atomic bombs on other countries. 60 years ago, we were high in the Cold War, and we were developing powerful nuclear weapons. A few years after that, we actually landed on the moon. So it seems to me that science is advancing at a rapid pace. So
and that pace only accelerates. Have you noticed?
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. And
also, to go off of what Diana was just saying, how many of the we'll just be generous and call them observations, maybe conclusions. How many of the conclusions that the flippers come up with are based on conclusions that were drawn over 100 years ago?
More than a few.
Well, I mean,
like the germ theory of disease?
Perhaps something like that.
All right, and let us see what RJ has to add. RJ, what do you got?
Scholar in me, I'm immediately struck by that NASA up until a few months ago, stated electricity and electromagnetism play no role in space. I want there to be a little asterisk at the end of that sentence with another little asterisk on the bottom with a little point saying, effing citation needed.
well, not
honor of Crocus Squirrel, who is not.
We need squirrel here. Is basically the way it works.
And not
fucking needed.
Not just that. He wouldn't be able to provide a citation because it's a fucking lie.
I don't recall NASA ever issuing a statement to that effect. That I don't remember anything about it.
This video maker is not reliable.
You know, we should write that down.
On with the stupid?
Not a bad idea. Here we go.
It's over.
That's good. Here we go.
Thought now, very quietly and covertly, as all science say that's a lie, and all science shows these forces at work.
Okay, as for the quietly, covertly, NASA doesn't do covertly.
Tornado! All the drink in the world.
What do you got, Tornado?
Quietly and covertly is the exact antithesis of NASA.
Pretty much.
NASA might as well be the most transparent organization in the world.
As a government organization, yes, they're surprisingly transparent. Actually, for a civilian organization, yes, whatever you want to know, they'll tell you.
They are so transparent. Let me just put it this way. They're so transparent, birds run into them because they think there's nothing there.
Let me write that down. I like it.
Because, no, they have not made any sorts of lies in that regard. Again, may I point out stars, satellite communications, heck, anything regarding any sort of light nowadays. All light is electromagnetic radiation. Microwaves are electromagnetic radiation. We use them to cook our food. There's this thing called black body radiation, which is basically infrared light and various other things, which we use to determine the temperature of stars, which is, again, electromagnetic radiation. So yeah, to say that electromagnetism plays no role in space is a bold-faced lie. And this guy is making a lie by saying that NASA says that.
Okay.
Also, any dishonest statements that NASA would make along these lines could be easily disproven or verified using science itself. So,
exactly.
I mean, it really doesn't do them any good to give, such falsifiable statements falsely to the public. I mean, there are many scientists who do not work within NASA, and they could very easily confirm or deny the claims made by them.
Quite true. And let's see who's
RJ.
RJ's got his hand up.
RJ, go ahead.
Yeah, this is to kind of just in case you're getting depressed at this ignoramus of spewing out gibberish and all that. I just happened to have heard just this morning on Science Friday on NPR, which everyone should listen to.
Oh, indeed.
They were just interviewing the new head of the House Science Committee, where science is back. They're actually going to be paying attention. He's the one that's the head of the thing where they're beginning oversight for NOAA and the National Science Foundation and all the rest. So it looks like they're going to actually be paying attention to science again in Congress.
Yay. Wouldn't that be nice? Karis, there's one you ought to read. You should just read it to yourself from Jen Morgan in the public chat. Tell me when.
I'm over here turning red.
Okay, there you go.
It's hard to look as good as Karis sounds.
I didn't want you to miss it, so there we go. Okay,
I'm melting over here.
Moving on.
There you go. Wait.
Lavender and Bo Hobo don't have anything new to add.
Indeed. Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, just a quick one here. Doofus says, up until a few months ago, NASA stated electricity and magnetism play no role in space. What the hell does that mean? What does he mean by playing a role in space? Could he be any more vague?
That's why we wanted that citation.
Yeah. Diane, I think what's happening here is he has taken a perverse sexual act as a source for intellectual pursuit.
Really, that's the best way to approach a perverse sexual act.
Don't stop now, Jared. You're on a roll.
Would you like more detail about how some people can quite literally insert their entire fist almost up to their elbow inside their own anal cavity and try to find
Ew! Please,
All right. You know what? Maybe for safety, we should move on to Bo.
Come on!
And see what Bo has to add, and pray that it's nothing even remotely similar to that deep reach you've just described. Bo, what do you got?
Like places I was not expecting.
Quoting from the in the live chat from a couple minutes earlier. Please show one time that NASA hid something.
Yeah, that would be.
I can.
Oh, look, Andy's trying to get in. Let me fix.
Oh, let's let Andy in.
Yeah. Sorry, Andy.
I just sent him. Andy, Twitter.
How would you even position yourself to do that? Never.
All right.
Stop!
Let us not frighten Tornado anymore. Okay, there. Andy, we're unlocked. Give it a shot. There we go.
Talking about that, that line. Hi, Andy.
There's our buddy Andy.
Andy, hello.
Does anybody remember an astronaut called Pete Conrad?
I most certainly do. He's one of my favorite astronauts.
And he did, in fact, he was employed by NASA, so he is, in all intents and purposes, a representative of NASA. Therefore, he is NASA.
Okay.
He did actually hide something.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes.
On Gemini 3, he hid a
corned beef sandwich.
He hid what now?
He hid a beef sandwich.
Well, at least that's what the rumors say.
In fact, you can find the what do you call them? The transcripts of the communication between the ground and them, and also on the Gemini, I think, where he's discussing whether or not it would be okay for him to actually eat it because it's been in his pocket for a couple of days.
You don't want to know where he kept the mustard, though.
Oh my!
Literally hide that thing.
Still don't let people.
A while back, I had thought that Wally Schirra was in on that. Was it finally conclusively proven that it was me?
Well, he can't remember.
All right.
That would be John Young and the corned beef sandwich.
I'm sure Jared could provide some insight into this.
All right.
$30 million space sandwich.
Yeah. First of all, internal chat, that's the link. And two, Andy, you were saying something that we can't hear probably because you weren't wearing your gaming headset.
I was just saying it's actually surprisingly dangerous how bread is in outer space. When you consider
the crumbs
systems and having crumbs and bits and stuff like that getting pulled into them and clogging the filters, it's actually
indeed.
And that's so unfortunate for the British on the ISS. No tea and crumpets. So sad.
I don't know, man. That is why the whole crumbs thing is why that meme about the Americans spent millions to develop a space pen, but the Russians used a pencil is full of shit.
They should really use pita bread.
Yes, you don't send a pencil or bread or anything that can do the crumb thing, especially a pencil, because if it gets into the little flecks of graphite and clay get into your electronics, you're screwed.
Pretty much.
Those comment in the feed.
Moving on, guys.
Wait a minute. Oh no, is that furball? Yeah.
Everyone is saying moving on.
Yes, we have multiple calls for moving on. We had better.
He didn't write astronaut.
We had better do that. Here we go. And moving on.
So they had to say it exists. Remember that a few months ago. The problem with this rubbish, their mutual attraction causes the arms to rotate and their combined gravitational force, both of these statements confirm their idea, which is not science. This is an assumption based on...
Okay, go ahead, Tornado, what do you got?
Oy vey. They're saying this is an assumption based on their premise that gravity exists. It's not a premise. It's been conclusively shown that gravity exists.
Indeed.
In multiple ways, mind you. Gravitational lensing, the Cavendish experiment when done with non-ferromagnetic materials, and the fact that things accelerate when dropped.
Indeed.
And then they form their conclusion based on the observations and assign their word to it, gravity, based on what they want you to hear to confirm their supposed findings. So basically what he's doing is, I think he's trying to do a poisoning the well fallacy.
Could very well be. And yeah, it is rather surprising that the idea come up with beforehand did actually match the results. I wonder if any weight needs to be given to that, Mr. Lee. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if RJ has something to add. What do you got, RJ?
Yeah. How long is there left on this show?
On this particular one, about a minute and a half. Not too much.
Okay, now he has a minute to do the Cavendish experiment, which he claimed that he was going to do. He didn't say that he is merely debunking everybody else's Cavendish experiments that he offers no citations for, that he did a Cavendish experiment and showed that it didn't work. You think he's going to slip that in the next minute? Anyone want to take book on that?
I wonder.
He's going to do it.
I am curious. All right, let's see.
Jared might have some insight into it.
All right, and let's find out. Jared, do you have anything to add to this that involves no insertions?
Will it fit, Jared?
You had to use that word, didn't you?
Well, here's the thing, Si. Scientific Lee made quite the assertion here that I would like some clarification on. So what does he mean by it's not science? I mean, because when you look further, yes, you do start with an assumption, but you then test that assumption through your methodology.
Yes.
And then it's in...
I can already answer this one for you, Jared. I can already answer this one for you. He doesn't know how to calculate a torsional constant of any given material. So if he has something hanging from a copper wire, he's not going to know how to measure its torsional constant. If he has something hanging from a nylon wire, he's not going to know how to measure the torsional constant. He's not an engineer. He doesn't know how to do that. Period.
He's also not too good with quantities because both is plural and statement is singular.
And a whole lot of capitalized words. But, yeah.
Indeed. All right, well, cool. Okay. Sorry, back to you. RJ, what do you got?
Oh, I should have lowered my little hand there.
Oh, okay. Not a problem. Well, just say something sciencey when we do that then. Because we all know you're just awful on the fly. Off the cuff, you're just lost, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm real slow on the uptake.
Yeah, alrighty. Well, we should probably apologize once again because, unfortunately, we're going to hit play again. Here we go.
Pretty much all we do on movie night.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone knows what they're getting into. Here we go.
Upon their premise, gravity exists. They form the conclusion based on the observations and assign their word to it. Gravity. Based on what they want.
It doesn't matter what you call it. Go ahead.
So wait. They form the conclusion based on the observations. So what's the fucking problem?
Wait, there's a name for that. Isn't that science?
Have you seen him talk about many observations here?
The only observation I can see is that infinite well of stupidity.
Oh, okay.
Literally, there's like an event
horizon. The Lorentz
horizon
contraction equation to that.
Yeah, we need the Lorentz contraction equation and the Schwarzschild radius of this guy's brain because all I'm seeing is a giant event horizon where the video should be. It's literally a giant black sphere that is growing by the second.
All right, Morton, that is an inappropriate question.
Damn it, you saw what I was going to do.
All right, that's very good. Let us move on. Here we go.
Here to confirm their supposed findings.
This is awful.
Claim gravity.
No, wait. Si, what's awful is the link that Mark Beiser put.
That's not awful. That's intriguing. You know what would be really cool? If this was actually a thing and not just some gag. I don't know if it is or not.
Oh no, there are plenty of pictures of it. Apparently, it is a thing.
Can we like turn our attention back to his transcript?
Okay. Here. RJ's got the hand up. RJ, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm kind of offended that the old days when people took pride in their work, and if they put out material like this, they did it the proper way, which is to have an all caps mimeograph sheet that they then take out and wave at people in parks with their unkempt hair, screaming at dogs and children the way nature intended it. You're almost see all of that. It loses all of that dramatic punch.
I see what you mean.
It's a sign of the
you
times,
almost-
RJ. The end draweth nigh.
And RJ, you almost started describing sovereign citizens, the all caps blah 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 nonsense in legalese and crap.
I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent.
I could read that text in the style of the nice 19th century crank if you'd like.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Because there is no mutational attraction of matter. Energy moves matter, as I have proven.
Okay, you know what?
Drink.
Let's let him say it, and then we'll talk about whether there was any proving going on.
Because there is no mutual attraction of matter. Energy moves matter, as I have proven.
Okay.
Sure didn't happen.
No.
Well, if you have energy, stored in a battery in a car, you can get. Never mind.
All right. Okay. I wasn't looking. Which one of you had the hands up first? Tornado, Jared. Which one of you?
Tornado.
Tornado. What do you got?
Really? Energy moves matter? If only for a given form of energy. Like, if you have a chemical reaction that generates energy by converting matter into chemical reactions, which unleash energy, like, say, a rocket, then you can use that energy to produce a force on an object, which would then move that object. But other than that, unless you're putting work into something, there's just going to be mutual attraction between objects because gravity is a thing, and you asserting that it doesn't, and you asserting that gravity is not a thing is something you have to prove. We have proven that gravity is a thing. Now the onus is on you to prove otherwise.
Quite true. All right.
And that whole energy twisting thing.
We're not onto that yet.
We're not there yet.
Hold on. Jared, what do you got?
Yeah, sorry. It's just Jimmy is doing the smart thing. He's leaving us. I think
Oh.
he's going to bed or something.
All right. Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, and good night. All righty. And Jared, what do you got?
So here's a question, and I have a feeling that Andy and RJ are going to get it right off the bat, and you probably should too, Sai. When it comes to inducing movement, is it energy or is it the transmission of the energy that does it?
I would say the transmission of that energy.
Sai, I think I know what you're
I normally use direct drive.
Mass acceleration, the famous law of Newton, but in this guy's case, I think he's going
No, he's going
How do you spell that?
All righty.
No, seriously, I want to know how you spell that.
All right. Shall we get back to the stupid?
have to.
See, somebody was.
They're stupid.
All right, here we go. And we're close to the. No, we're not. Here we go.
I have shown that electromagnetism rotates matter. I've shown that energy twists, the same as gravity.
Frank.
Energy
twist? The energy, I don't know what he means by that. Energy twists.
Is he talking about sex toys?
All right.
that or licorice or something. I think this is the licoricification of physics.
Pretty much.
Those purple ones or something?
Of course they're purple.
You get more science at Hogwarts.
What in the hell?
This is his whole thing, the electromagnetic double helix nonsense, which is, yeah.
What?
And
Electromagnetism rotates matter only in certain circumstances.
I was thinking,
like saying if it follows magnetic field lines like those generated in the sun. But either way, the resulting shape of the entire concretion of matter is still a freaking sphere.
I'm just gonna be over here, guys.
I know what you're
twisting thing. No, the only way you can get energy.
Oh, she's not thinking right now.
All right.
Does not twist objects.
Don't make me. Okay, I shouldn't say this. All right, guys, you're all talking. Don't make me crack the whip.
Don't say that when Karis is here, Sai. You know better.
All right, let's.
There was a time where I was commenting blogger on your show, so.
Please, Daddy.
Oh no.
No. Why, Karis? Why?
Karis is back.
Welcome back. All right, let's see what Diana has to add.
Yeah, I see on the panel here, and I hear the guy say, "I have shown that." Blah, blah, I have shown that internet. You haven't shown that shit, boy. I haven't seen you do any of these things. I talk a lot. Are you referring to something you've done in other videos? Let me have the link, please. If we're gonna go down a couple lines, he says, "I have proven my mechanics on video." But show me the video. Just do it and let us see it, and then we will make our determination about what you have or have not done.
Crypto has something for us Skyrim. The College of Winterhold wouldn't accept the snutter.
Wait a minute, where are we here? I need to.
Winterhold.
There we go. What is the College of Winterhold?
It's the Mage's College of Winterhold in Skyrim.
See, I was.
Poor Jen.
Radar.
Oh, there's another couple good ones from the chat too.
Oh.
Seattle Flexer. His twist makes me want to shout.
Oh, and also Mandobot says, "Come on, baby, let's do the twist."
You know you're old when you remember when that song came out.
Well, hang on. You have that one, and then it was immediately followed by Furball saying, "This is one of those sit on it and spin moments." Karis?
All right. Anyway.
Wait, one more, and then NA. Whip it good.
All right, good. We got some Devo in there. Nice.
I'm dead.
All right.
And W checker.
Let's see.
Just Guy, shut up until you have shown us something.
Indeed. And
Never worse, never.
And Bo.
Again, so it didn't happen.
Bo, save us. What do you got?
Yeah. Sai, how long did you say this video was? Is the original video?
The original video was 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay, 4 minutes 50 seconds. Okay, and how long have we spent? How much have we spent on it right now? As of yet?
How much time in the video? We have
hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for the sake of Sagan, this is a double feature, right?
It is.
How long is the second video of it?
The second video, let's take a look.
It's 2 seconds short of 20 minutes.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yes, I just saw that. Freaking vicious.
What the hell?
Wait,
what?
What video are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I was thinking, looking at the Universe Inside.
No.
I was freaking out there.
No, the second video is 2 minutes and 53 seconds. That's it.
Good. Okay, I'll calm down now because I was really freaking out.
See, that would be scary. I agree.
Spending this long on 4 minutes 50 and then 20 minutes. Oh crap!
No. I knew what to expect. I knew what to expect from Scientific Lee, and there's no way I would foist a 20-minute video on you.
I'll just put the acetone and the acetone away then.
All right,
and the 80 that I have in a compressed can as well.
It would be so much more entertaining. If
Jen Morgan, that was really quite disturbing.
But I mean, if Lee would read his transcript the way he writes it, I mean, imagine how much yelling there would be at random moments.
Yes.
Yelling, you say?
It would almost be like someone has a shock collar on him and is randomly pressing the button.
Or he's doing it himself.
And by the way, Chris screams, moving on!
Yeah.
All right.
It's actually not that far away from what Jen Morgan wrote, because I do believe I have heard of, I think it was in Africa or Brazil, where there was some women that developed a anti-rape femidome, I think they're called, that has spikes in them.
Oh my!
That are turning, that are pointing into their cervix, which means that when they it'll get nasty if they get raped. So it actually exists apparently. I'm not sure if it was in a movie. It might have been.
Is this the vagina dentata that I've heard so much about?
Probably.
I don't know.
And crypto actually has a really good point.
Andy's like cringing in half.
Breathe, Andy, breathe.
Imagine godless engineer reading this.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Hey, that was a challenge.
All right.
Okay, somebody call godless engineer.
All right. Seeing no hands up, perhaps we should move on, since we've only got 50 seconds left.
We're going to see that experiment that he promised us.
No doubt.
I doubt we will.
No doubt. All right. Here we go. Moving on.
Time compressed.
Except I have proven my mechanics on video.
No, you haven't.
So here is evidence of matter pulling together.
Wait.
That again, please.
We've got. Here's evidence. Evidence is coming. Ready?
It's words.
Let's see all the evidences.
Here comes.
Experiment. Again, disproving gravity and showing electromagnetism and electricity rule the universe. Mainstream gravity is now replaced by correct electromagnetic theory.
Okay.
Energy.
Drink.
All right.
I have a drink and a question.
Okay.
One. No, you liar. You haven't shown crap yet. Well, no, wait, let me rephrase. You have shown quite the steaming pile of crap. It just doesn't display what you think it does. And my question, is this numbnuts an electric universe person?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, you managed to say it yourself. Okay.
Where? That was a pretty big clunk.
I think we've injured Jared.
Guys, I think you should listen to it.
All right.
It sounds like Jared is trying to focus his desktop.
You know, I find it confusing how this guy just whizzes through his written material when he's put so much effort into emphasizing so many random words with using quotations and all caps. It's like he wants emotion to be read into his writing, but he himself just kind of just
reads it.
Guys,
Yeah.
let me just broadcast what I'm thinking right now. Now that you mentioned that he is actually an electric universe guy.
Okay.
Be loud.
Do we need to warn anyone?
Wait, I have a question for Paris. Would you say he's all bluster and no fuster?
I don't know. Oh, what's electric universe, guys? What's electric universe?
I just went looking for it. I found something at the Rational Wiki. If I can read the first sentence or so.
Okay.
Excuse me. Electric universe is an umbrella term that covers various pseudoscientific cosmological ideas built around the claim that the formation and existence of various features of the universe can be better explained by electricity and magnetism than by gravity alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded like a vibrator.
Hey.
Also,
It did.
Hold on.
Apologia just entered.
Oh, hi, Paul. How's it going?
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. I'm sorry. Kind of.
All right. And let's see. Looks like Tornado has something to say as well. Please, Tornado, go ahead. Thank you.
Of all the stupid that you could possibly come up with, energy moves matter. No, occasionally it would be the transfer of energy through forces applied on matter moves matter in some cases. Matter colliding with matter moves matter in others.
See, Tornado, when you started that, I thought you were reprimanding me for pushing this movie on you guys.
No, I'm not reprimanding you. I joined this willingly.
Okay.
I should have expected this.
Yes.
But let's move on to something that really tickles my cackles.
Okay.
His rockets don't work in space His rockets don't work in space stuff. Oh, and by the way, we should keep this as a double feature and keep the drink count running.
You think? All right, why not?
I second that.
Okay, and let's see what RJ has to add. RJ, what do you got?
it should be pointed out that our filmmaker actually earned the first Nobel Prize that was delivered from a Pez dispenser.
The Nobel Pez. I like it. Okay, here's more stuff. Since everything's confirmed, I mean, what can he say after this? Here we go.
And it is confirmed.
Looks like Andy had enough.
Mutual attraction itself. Veins are constructed, tree limbs, bones, heart, lungs, brain, everywhere. If it makes a tube, it can make a connection. And there's two of them being pulled together into one. It is not.
Oh, wait, drink.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with gravity. This has nothing to do with Cavendish. What you are seeing right here is purely capillary action.
Indeed. I don't even see where this applies. And it's not even that impressive a video to like...
No, it's not.
I can barely see what the hell's going on in there.
This is only 0.04 on the Jaron scale.
As of yet.
There's all right. Well,
there's a couple seconds left. He could shoot up at the end.
Yeah, that's true. All right, here we go.
Phrasing.
So,
gravity is an electromagnetic helix rotation induction, which pulls.
Word salad. Word salad.
Word salad. Da da da. Yummy, yummy. Da da da. Word salad. Da da da. Yummy, yummy. Da da. Yummy, 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 yummy. Word salad.
But what flavor bullshit is on that salad?
Oh, the flavors of bullshit.
I think it contains nuts.
All right. Well, we're actually. I think we've made it to the.
At least in texture.
I think we've made it to the closing. All right. Here's it. I think this is the wrap up. There should be no more stupid. Hopefully, let's see what happens.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
My name is Lee. I follow the Christ, and this is really, really easy. Really. Thanks a lot.
Really, it wasn't actually. You know what? Refuting this video was really, really easy. He's right.
That wasn't easy for us.
All right.
Thanks for the help, mate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining me, and
let's move on to the next video from the Scientifically Double
Getting out of this that easily.
There had to be somebody to spoil it. All right, we'll keep this.
Such a short video. I think scoring 12 just plain wrongs and 8 not even wrongs is pretty impressive.
That is up there. All right.
Yeah, that is actually a new record in stupid.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like the homeopathy of stupid.
Oh no, there was actual stupid included in this. Homeopathic stupid would contain no stupid, just water.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So
no, homeopathic stupid would contain actual smartness.
All right, and
this
here
is the Pringles of stupid.
Once you pop, you just can't stop.
Giggity.
Rating.
All right.
Shut up, Clarion.
This next fabulous feature film is called Rockets Do Not, capitalized, Work in a Vacuum. Observational evidence provided.
Pause.
Okay.
Sai,
yeah.
Do you still have the file that I sent you a little while ago directly related to this topic? Because I have a feeling it will come in handy.
Wait, where, what, sent where, what?
The basic diagram of how a rocket engine works.
I do have that. Yeah, I do have that in here. You know what?
Yeah.
Let me before we start. Let me get that and see where the heck I put that, because we should have that ready.
Science may occur.
Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Well,
I'll talk amongst myself. I'll talk to myself.
All right.
Hey, why do you keep arguing with yourself?
Well, now, so here, Furball, I have a question for you. Are you jealous that I said handy? And it's probably a good thing Karis is still muted.
Damn it, I think I archived. Ah, here we go. Yes, I do in fact have it. Cool, we're set. All right. Now I believe we have some stupid to address. Perhaps we should continue.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
I'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Okay, very good. So he's apparently 30 seconds. What Jared is going to do now is to go over the informational content of that last video.
And by the way, also, what I was talking about earlier, I just put a little something in the chat, and I'm sure that Paul will understand completely the reference. Yeah, I finally found what I was looking for.
Okay. Alrighty.
Kill him, bite him hard in the nuts.
You know what? Let's pin. Let's pin that. There's a dog. Let's pin that. We had some stupid.
What we're hearing is the basement lab.
Hey, I see the Tesla coil.
Oh, the stupid flat earther fell into the well. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's dump water on his head.
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Let's go dump the bucket in his face.
Shall we? Shall we continue with the stupid?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
All right.
We have to.
It's kind of in the rules. All right.
Jared, just look at the the link I put in the chat instead.
We got to.
There's no pictures. No pictures. Just text.
Buster isn't going to be disturbed by the presence of the dog putting him in heat, is it?
Certainly not.
Two dogs. Actually.
All right. Yeah, we need to get this over with because otherwise it's just going to be here staring me in the face, and I'm not the only one that's going to suffer. So here we go. This is rockets do not work in a vacuum, and in case anyone was wondering, they actually do. Here we go.
No, I think
They do. They kind of do. Very much do.
Oh my, drink on the intro alone.
The sun does not produce thrust.
Drink.
Drink.
What? Drink.
Hold on, let him say it. Let him say it. Let him say it. Y'all know the rules.
Drink.
Hold on. Let's let him say the words. Or you know what? He might not say the words. He might just continue playing music.
Barbie font.
All right. That being the case, let us go right ahead with it. Let's see.
He's a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
Yeah. Tornado, go ahead.
Hey, that's a Danish song.
The sun is a star. Let's just put it this way. The sun is a massive ball of plasma because of hydrogen being converted into deuterium, being converted into tritium, being converted into helium-3 and helium-4, and all sorts of fun jazz like that, which is to the tune of billions of hydrogen bombs every single second being expelled in every single direction of the sun's surface. So if there's that much stuff going out, by the way, there's this thing called the solar wind. And there's these things called CMEs, which are blasted off into space at the speed of oh crap. So, yeah.
Is that English oh crap or metric oh crap?
The speed of
That
oh
is
crap.
metric oh crap.
All right, that goes in quotes. The speed of oh crap from Tornado.
Yeah.
Is that in weights or mass?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the
volume
speed of
or
oh crap, with billions of tons of charged particles being launched in every single direction. Some of these actually hit our planet. And when they do hit our planet and are oriented, magnetically speaking, in the right way, they can wreak mass havoc. The last such event was the Carrington event. Or the last such seriously major event was the Carrington event. Does anyone happen to know what that was? By the way, science alert.
Yeah, I caught it. Here we go.
Does anyone happen to know what happened during the Carrington event?
No, please explain.
No, the Morse code, the teletype systems literally fried.
Yeah, and people were seeing auroras all the way down to what? Mexico?
I think.
Just north of Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, just north of Mexico. Think about how much power that there was in that CME, and now think about that occurring in the modern day.
And yeah.
And either way, the sun does sort of produce thrust called the solar wind. It's just being emitted in every single direction at every single time, so the net effect is zero.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Alrighty. Well, very good. Let us see what our who's next? Jared. Let's see what you have to add.
Well, there was one thing that you did forget, though, Pelt, because not only with the solar wind and CMEs going on, there's this wonderful theorem that they're actually trying to use for potential extrasolar travel called a solar sail, where they will have...
Damn it, Jared.
Damn it, Jared.
Damn it.
My hand goes down too.
You did that on purpose.
So you can quite literally transfer the solar wind and light from the sun directly into thrust, that will actually potentially theoretically get you to 0.58 C.
You have to explain to the guy what all those fancy science words mean.
Isn't 0.58 C relativistic speed at that point?
Ish.
Not quite. Yeah, you really have to get up to about 70% of the speed of light to be kind of helpful. So you really can't get too frisky with a solar sail, because eventually you're plowing into hydrogen atoms in space and stuff that's acting as a brake on you.
And also, just for a bit of entertaining reading, Google, let's see, CubeSat NEA Space Scout. That's not space, that's a literal space and not right. Yeah.
Okay.
NEA Scouts, as in a form of a CubeSat. That's a proposed satellite by NASA.
Okay, this better not be a trick.
Solar sailing was quite common.
This better not be a trick, because last time I listened to you folk telling me to do a Google search, it did not turn out well.
I thought it turned out magnificently.
There were ponies and legs and all sorts of foolishness going on.
That little one should be exploding.
It has too many legs.
Wait, what the hell did I miss?
Never, okay, Jared, I'll just give you a little advice. Never take advice on from this panel on something to throw into a Google search. Just never. Don't do it.
Hey, Jared, the thing that I gave you a thing for a Google search, you did like that one, didn't you?
Mm.
So the moral here is you can never know when to trust me.
All righty. And let us. Oh, Diana has a hand. What do you got, Diana? Enlighten us.
Yes, I call Drink on the soundtrack alone. It sounds like 1960s television cop drama.
I see.
With a 70s hippie design, kind of? With the
kind of, yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting for Jack Webb to show up.
Yeah, either that or Starsky and Hutch.
Okay, I'm too old for that. I'm not old enough for this.
Okay.
You consider yourself lucky.
All right, Jared. What do you got?
American either.
So, question.
Yeah.
Which video was produced and released first? The previous one we saw, or this one?
Let me take a look. I wrote down usually RJ asks that question. This is interesting.
Well, the reason why I ask is because there's quite the contradiction here that clicked right before I saw a Seattle Flexer posted in the live chat.
Mm-hmm. This one was January 16th, 2018. And the last one was December 7th, 2018. There you go.
So in 2 months, he goes from one dumb to another?
Yes.
So the reason why we ask is because, as Seattle Flexer put it, how can the sun not produce thrust? I thought energy moved everything.
And besides, it's made of electricity.
Yes, of course it is. We've all seen NASA change the bulb. Oh, no, that's in the moon. Sorry, my mistake. Okay.
So there seems to be a certain amount of internal contradiction between what he does in 1 month or another. I am so shocked to hear that.
It's almost like you guys are saying he doesn't know anything about anything and is just saying things.
Yeah.
Could be. All right.
Still a working hypothesis.
All right. Well, here we go. More of, unfortunately, this.
Gibberish. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, the music stopped. That's something.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
But we had some keyboard sound.
I don't think that's coming from the video.
Yeah,
okay.
So because video
wait.
audio, so.
The only logical reason that cannot be debunked as...
Wait. He's saying stuff, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't even hear him.
Yeah, let's let him say stuff and see what kind of saying is going on. Let's get this to where it ought to be. Here we go.
Saying nothing.
No, they're saying.
Okay, today I'm going to tell you the only logical reason that cannot be debunked as to why rockets do not fly in space.
Here comes.
Well, why doesn't the sun move?
Idiot.
Drink,
idiot.
Dingo.
That's wrong on.
Wow, I'm so slow today.
There's more than one dimension of wrong to that one. Okay, Jared, go ahead.
Why doesn't the sun move when you see something like that? Because of the mass of the sun, in order to physically move it, would require easily 10,000 orders of magnitude more energy than what was released in that solar flare.
Should we just invite the flat earthers to look directly at the sun closer? They might have missed something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them it's presidential.
Without solar filters. Naked. I mean, naked eye. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, they could be naked too. You can get some slight amusement of it if they're fairly well built.
Right.
No, just remember, if you do that, they're going to blame it on the chemtrails.
Of course. Unless
they'll get chemtrail burns.
Yeah, and the other part of wrongness in that had something to do with the sun not moving, which it's moving. So, okay then. Tornado, what do you got?
Well, you might ask, and when he says, well, why doesn't the sun move? And the correct question would be, relative to what?
Exactly.
There you go.
Second of all, the sun is emitting thrust from every single direction. The thrust itself cancels itself out, so the net effect is 0. Yes, the sun produces thrust because with the solar wind and such, but as Jared said, it requires tens of thousands orders of magnitude more power than would be required for that solar flare, or than would be used in that solar flare. Plus, the thrust is going every which way. So it's a generally uniform direction, or the net effect is 0, I should say. And here's the thing. He's equating the sun with a combustion chamber in a rocket, false equivalence, and he's using the sun as a red herring.
Okay,
so,
then.
2 not even wrongs.
Actually, I'm good with that. I already added 1, so there's another. Okay, and let's see. RJ, what do you got?
Is it possible that he has been doing most of his observation and thinking from the dish cave?
I didn't hear the end of that. Repeat that again, please.
He's been doing most of his observations and thinking in the dish cave?
It is entirely possible. All right.
Also, Seattle Flexor brings up a good point. Have him stand next to a nuclear explosion and see if it contains any thrust.
And I would say no.
You're real bright and pretty there for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I like Furball's comment.
What's Furball say?
Says,
Yeah, Furball's
do you move forward when you fart? Same reason.
I do.
It depends on how many.
Nice.
On how many beans I've had.
Or how quickly you want to get out of the elevator. All right. Diana, what do you got?
Mark Beiser had a terrific response to this thing that's on the air right now. In the vein of Karis's comment just a minute ago, Mark says, flick a grain of sand away from you. Why don't you fall over backwards? And that's basically what you've got happening here. That solar flare looked very, very, very impressive. And if you were able to place it on a triple beam balance or something like that, you would get an amazing mass. You would get an amazing weight. It would be very heavy. But compared to the sun, it's minuscule. So, or minuscule, actually. Minuscule was a form of writing. So, yeah, it's the equivalent of flicking a grain of sand away. A tiny, tiny bit of matter is not going to produce any great reaction.
So basically what you're saying is that he's grossly overestimating how much, I guess you could say, thrust is in a solar flare.
All right. Like it.
Yeah, grossly would be a gross understatement of how grossly he's overstating that. Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of that word, check out Jen's latest.
What's Jen got?
Second to latest, sorry.
All right. Okay. Very good.
Butt farts.
All right. And let's go to Terry before 20 minutes passes. Terry, what do you got?
I've nearly got it. I'll remember it now.
No, you don't.
These people put headrests in their cars for when they sneeze, so they don't break their neck.
Alrighty then.
What was that?
Also a good metaphor for the situation.
Yeah.
So solar flares don't thrust as hard as they would appear they do.
You know you can't say things like that to this group, Karis.
Now, remember, Jay, she said that while everybody else was quiet. Wink, wink. Jay,
I just want to know whether the solar flares make it all the way out to Uranus.
Okay, let us.
Can we talk about Star Trek and Klingons?
Wait,
Let's go to Jared. Jared, what do you got?
I have to point out my friend Sean Carroll there. Lee doesn't get the thrust of the issue.
No, I believe he's missed it.
Sai, do you not remember the last time?
Quite a long while.
Yo, he does. That's why.
All right. You know what we could do at this point? We could hit play.
Let it play some more.
Let's do that. Here we go.
Yeah, let's
Look at all
dive some
the
more
explosions on screen. The sun never moves. If it did, life would never have evolved, supposedly. You know, I don't...
Break!
Okay.
And yet, here we are. Except you didn't evolve it, really.
All righty. Tornado, what do you got?
Again, relative to what?
Indeed.
Secondly,
That's a not even.
the sun. If the sun the sun is moving relative to the galactic core, or relative to us in our sky, it's not moving relative to, well, or I should say, if you're looking at it from a still point in the solar system and you're orbiting it, it's not moving relative to you. But if you're looking at it from a rotating object, it's moving relative to that object, or rather, it's still in the same space if the object is tidally locked. Either way, whether or not the sun moves to you is relative to where you are. And the planets are moving with the sun, so the sun appears to not move from their perspective. It appears to be in the same general spot. On the surface of a rotating object, it would appear to move in another direction. Now, again, relative to what? And if the Earth is moving with the sun on its own orbit around the sun, then to Earth, the sun isn't really moving. So, yeah, what you're arguing here is completely from ignorance.
What are the odds? All righty, Jared, what do you got?
Well, and even beyond that, yes, the sun is in motion, as you've already stated, because all motion is relative. But here's the thing. The sun is moving, and it's taking us along for the ride. So, of course, something as tantamount to a very weak sneeze is not going to have any appreciable effect on a body as massive as the sun. Why do you expect otherwise? You know, I would love to hear that. You keep making these claims, Lee. Can you explain why it should react in the way you are claiming? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah, good luck with that. I think this is one of those cases where the assertion is the evidence. Alrighty, RJ, what do you got?
Speaking of solar flares,
yes.
There's actually apparently a large CME coming towards Earth.
Yeah.
And it's expected to sideswipe Earth's magnetic field. Storm levels could reach Category G2, northern tier U.S. states as far as south as New York and Idaho.
All right, everybody shut down your ham rigs. All righty.
No!
Let's see. RJ, what do you got?
Well, not only is the sun moving, but we know exactly how fast and where. It's carrying the solar system along at about 40,000 miles an hour towards the constellation Hercules. And in fact, all of the stars in the galaxy are moving. They're rotating around the central core. And so even things like spiral arms, you have stars that move in and out of them depending upon their individual motions. The astronomers do this for a living. They measure this shit. And this nincompoop living in the 21st century, having access to limitless science knowledge of a course that would have made Aristotle fart with envy, and how spectacular he was. And this nincompoop is still spouting jerk brain stuff like this. Patooey!
Okay, there's another one.
I would love to see a mural depicting that.
There's another one. There's another one for quotes.
Right on it.
Or Eratosthenes' roll in his grave.
Yeah, they would all be flabbergasted. So this man is an affront to being a vertebrate.
Fart with envy.
Ignorant in this day and age.
I'm still laughing about fart with envy.
In his own and he'll be enveloped in his own flatulence.
So the sun is wearing our orbit like a tool belt, so no matter how far it thrusts, it's just pulling us along with it.
Exactly.
Pretty
Wait
much.
a minute. Does the sun also wear his underwear outside his pants?
All right, let us move on. Here we go.
Oh my God, Morton is in Danish now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Single sun in the universe.
We're having a thing.
Psykotiske mænd, det kan nok get dæk ikke et helt normalt.
No.
Hey, can we hear what Mr. Lee is trying to say?
Guys, we're listening here.
Yeah.
We gotta
You
watch.
tried to make that sound German. That's offensive.
All right, now you guys did it. We didn't hear any of it, so I'm backing it up. We got it. We got to hear what he says.
Damn it.
You got to hear what he says. Everybody, be good. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that was a good try, though. Here we go.
Life would never have evolved because every single sun in the universe would be flying around like a firework, wouldn't it?
Of course it would.
Yes, it
What?
would.
Fireworks. That's it.
That's definitely an asked and answered.
Yeah, I
Asked
think so.
and answered argument from ignorance.
Yeah, and that's wrong. That's not even.
Oh, and by
wrong.
the way,
That's wrong.
science alert, because I'm about
Uh-oh.
to explain how a coronagraph works.
What? Okay. All right. All right, go ahead. Have fun.
Okay, you see that little white circle in the middle of that large red thing in the coronagraph?
Uh-huh.
That's supposed to be representative of the sun, just to show you how massive those flares are. Some of those flares are about the same angular size as the sun when they first leave it. So those things are huge amounts of mass being flung off. But compared to the sun, they're absolutely minuscule. The coronagraph basically blocks the entire light of the sun in order to prevent it from basically whitewashing the entire sensor with the giant amounts of radiation coming off of it. So those giant round circles you see in the coronagraph, that's blocking the sun's direct light so that they can observe the actual corona. They're basically, the instrument is in a permanent total solar eclipse, plus a little extra just to ensure that the sun doesn't block out the instrument. And all those coronal things you're seeing, those are basically extensions of the sun's magnetic field, basically shooting streamers off into the atmosphere, into the space, the solar system in general. And those streamers are what you see during a total solar eclipse as the sun's actual tenuous corona.
And they are quite pretty when you see them live.
Yeah, I can attest to this. I was in Rosebud, Missouri during the total solar eclipse of 2017.
Oh,
and
you're
I
not
must
that
say,
far.
there is
Tell
no
us.
light that compares.
You were not that far from me. I was in Carbondale, Illinois.
Alrighty, and
I still say Cy and I were in a better position or a better location.
Yeah, that was the perfect location, and a couple of cool things happened, not just the eclipse there. Anyway, Jared, go ahead.
Were you at a proper Irish pub? Nah, solar eclipses are cooler.
Indeed. Go ahead, Jared.
So here's something that just kind of made me sad. I went and looked at the forecast for the auroras tomorrow night. Well, later tonight, actually, depending on what part of the world you espouse to be in. I'm in that wonderful gray area where I might be able to see it, but most likely won't. Like, you sons of bitches.
Well, we got such light pollution here. It could be extending completely over New Jersey. I'd never know.
No, you would. You would.
I can't remember. Did I mention last time that that I can actually see the Milky Way right outside my door?
You bastard!
Oh my!
When the street lights turn off.
Oh, we did that in Tennessee.
Yeah, in Tennessee, that was the first time I had seen it. Just looking up in the sky and going, "Holy crap! It's just like the pictures."
Although, to be fair, honestly, when you overlay the EM, X-ray, and then infrared images over top, and start to get that false color image, those really make you appreciate the majesty that much more.
I keep looking up and I can't see this Milky Way you keep posing that's there.
Well, that's because you're upside down. You have to you have to look down.
You have to look down. Yes.
Although I would say that even just using night vision goggles and see the if you think that you're in a completely dark area devoid of any natural or unnatural light, sorry, and you think you can see many stars, think again.
Oh yeah.
If you have the chance to get some night vision goggles, it doesn't have to be military grade, just your basic, second generation cheapos. You will drop your jaw putting that stuff up to your eyes.
Quite true. Just through a decent telescope, looking at a dead area of the sky, you realize it's not nearly as dead as you might have thought.
Right.
I actually saw the Pleiades in the Orion Nebula once, I think.
All right. And let us see what RJ has to add. RJ, what do you got?
Yeah, well, I think I have a sneaking suspicion that our little nincompoop guy has no clue about how big a galaxy is and how far apart stars are. I will give a easy thing to remember to get you into the thing. Although stars are much closer together in the central cores of galaxies, out in our low rent district down here in the spiral arms, we're like 5 light years from the nearest star. Put that into perspective. All you have to do is to imagine that you're on a football field, and in the middle of the football field, or a soccer pitch, or whatever you want to use for your analogy, you put a little 1/2-inch marble in the middle. That would be the sun. And the outer planets, Neptune and Pluto and all that, are out at the goalposts. That's our solar system. You'll notice how much empty space there is in that, and how that great big sun seems really tiny on that scale. The nearest solar system is a 3-football pitch triple star system, Alpha Centauri, 280 miles away, or 400 kilometers, depending upon your point of view. And that's the nearest star to the sun. And stars are spaced about like that all through our area of the neighborhood. The idea that these stars are just going to be careening along, like taking the old Model T out for a little jaunt, and you're just going to go rip down that road and be in no, this is absolute foolish nonsense. So this guy has every possible mental conception of the universe and physics and gravity and what a damn Cavendish experiment involves. Completely wrong.
It's like he went collecting wrong.
Yeah, he went around and whenever he would find in the garden things of right, he would throw them away and stomp on them and spit on them.
Throw this one back. Throw this one back. It's right. All right.
Yeah, here's that Einstein guy.
Let's see what Diana has to add. Diana, what do you got?
Yeah, really quick, Jared. You were talking about the visibility of the auroras, that sort of thing. And the unfortunate thing is, the auroras could be right over Pittsburgh, and we'd never see them because it's permanently cloud covered here.
Oh.
Yeah, it is horrible.
Compared to England?
We're pretty close to England as far as cloud cover is concerned here. It always gets in the way of everything. It got in the way of the last lunar eclipse here.
Oh.
I was really pissed off.
Are you saying that just for fun, or is there any geological reasons for it being?
We're in a river valley here, so that helps.
Temperature inversions.
We
get a lot of them here in Spokane as well. We're down in a valley, so we get up, and there's enough city lights. We're not a very big city either. It's only 180,000, but you really can't see. Every meteor shower that has supposedly come in, I've gone outside to see, and you can't see a damn thing here because it's too much.
Even the Pleiades, or no? Pleiades, yeah.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Chris makes the rather telling statement, neat but irrelevant. Moving on. Okay. Let's see. Bo, do you have something to throw in here?
Yeah, and I need the audience, as soon as the audience hears this, say something weird. Less weird than usual, just to help them not freak out what I'm going to say now. I was inspired by Tornado Pelt's cool explanation of, CME stuff. And I thought, well, why not just share some cool stuff that will help people find out what space weather actually is about, and also get a great source for solar weather forecasts. So I'm going to put something in the chat that will help people. It's both a patron, her patron thing, and her YouTube channel, and it's called what was it? No, her name is Tamitha Scove, and she's the space weather woman. She's really cool.
I've seen her on the Tomorrow channel.
Exactly. She was a patron. I was a patron of hers, but unfortunately, my money stuff took a dive, so I had to stop that. Unfortunately, I'll
happening
get
to
on again.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just put it in there. It's actually a cool thing. She's a real cool woman, and she helps out a lot. Not just for hams, but all people. I mean, space weather, for example, CMEs, they also affect people who depend on satellite navigation equipment. A whole lot, in fact. So it's a really important. This woman is a really cool source for information on that stuff.
Excellent.
Not just for learning what this is about, but also current weather forecasts that are actually more accurate than the stuff that NOAA comes out, by the way, every now and then anyway. Not always, but she usually gets it more correctly than they do. Right.
Alrighty. Well, thank you. That's and actually that was a welcome respite from this nonsense we're watching. All right.
Yeah.
On that note, and I do apologize. I'm going to hit play. Here we go. Moving on.
Don't fly in
Back to the
space
subject, and
because
his testicles are sore.
Yeah. All right.
Are we trying to listen to what this guy is saying?
Yeah, we kind of have to do that. We kind of have to do that. Here we go. Moving on.
exhaust out the back has nothing to push against. No atmosphere.
Oh, Jesus.
Drink.
There it is. And there it is. Nothing to push against. Idiot. All right. Let's see. What do you got? Jared, go ahead.
Si, bring up the image, please.
All right. Let me do that.
Good thing you suggested bringing that on.
Here we go. Let's get
I had a feeling.
Yeah, gee, what are the odds? It was going to be...
A wonderful feeling. A wonderful day.
There we go. Holy crap, it's going to cook the pug. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's going to steam it.
Steam the pug.
No, wait, it's kerosene. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that would have to be...
Any bagels to go with those locks?
Go ahead, Jared.
So, when you are creating thrust for any airborne conveyance,
ooh, Mile High Club, nice.
The way the engine ends up transmitting the force to the craft to move it in a direction, it's not because of any back pressure from where the engine exhaust is pushing off of. The only thing that the engine exhaust is pushing off of to exert the force to actually get the object moving, in this case a rocket, are the inside walls of the combustion chamber.
Yep.
Because what happens when you have an unbalanced force? Oh, you get movement in the opposite direction. It's almost like it's one of those pesky laws of Newtonian motion or something.
Every action will have an equal and opposite reaction.
Indeed.
So, yeah, the only requirement for the combustion is having a proper oxidizer, which, oh wait, that's why the top section there, LOX, that's liquid oxygen. Oh, what is oxygen? Oh, yes, the most pure oxidizer you could ever come across.
Indeed, and
I have to disagree with you on that.
Fight.
There are actually even more powerful oxidizers.
I said pure, not effective.
Oh, okay. All right. Point made. Anyway, I would say, Jared, although this is quite clear to, well, you, me, everybody in the panel, everybody in the chat, keep in mind, I did make a video that was much longer than... I should have just thrown this picture up because it would have been dismissed just as easily. Starting with dynamite next to a brick in a vacuum, moving forward to dynamite next to a bucket, moving to dynamite in a bucket, explaining exactly this step by step, and you know what responses I got? No, because there's no air to push against. That's just...
By the way, Jared, do you know how you increase thrust in a relatively small rocket?
You whisper sweet things. Oh, wait. That's a
no, you make the throat smaller.
What? That's even better. Oh, Tornado, you didn't think that one through.
Yes, all right. So Tornado is saying, look. Let's have a little respect here. Tornado is saying that if the throat is too small, you will be pushed away. Right, Tornado?
I'm saying if the throat in the engine I'm saying if the throat between the combustion chamber and the nozzle is small enough, you can actually increase the force generated because you're increasing the speed at which the rocket exhaust leaves the combustion chamber.
Indeed.
But keep in
Stuff,
mind, that's only
Sorry.
that is only one factor of it. The other factor is actually the way the bell housing is shaped, because how it controls that rapid expansion after and ends up causing reverberations on itself will actually amplify the force as well.
Yeah.
So the way the housing is shaped plays more of a role than the actual size of the exhaust outlet itself.
Indeed. That's not illustrated.
Expansion of the gases in the engine bell also helps.
Yeah, that's not illustrated here for simplicity. Jared drew this one. It's not here, but the expanding gases in the direction of the downward arrow, they'd be expanding radially from that, produces the same effect as wind on a sail in a sailboat in the engine bell. So, but in any case, if we say this to this guy or the flat, they're just going to say nothing to push against, put their fingers in their ears and say la 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 la. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Exactly. Anyway,
I get this. You get this. A child would get this.
Pretty much.
Except a flat earther doesn't get this.
So it seems, or an electric universer. But anyway.
No, the intentionally ignorant won't get it.
That does seem to be the case. Alrighty. Well, let's see.
I think there are some people in the chat who need to be reminded that this is literally a drinking show.
We're a drinking show with a science problem, guys.
Indeed. Let's remember where we are, shall we? All right. Let's see. Who else?
Wait, Mandelbrot. Don't Google increasing thrust by having a smaller throat. No, that is exactly the thing you should try to Google.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing that my stomach hurts now?
Okay. Okay. Thank God you threw from laughing on there. I thought that was in some way connected to the last statement. All right.
Decrease the throat to increase the thrust.
I'm not touching that. All right, Tornado, you got the hand up.
That's what she said.
What else you got?
Soap and water.
What?
Well, there's also I was going to mention the fact that this guy doesn't understand that you don't need an atmosphere to push off of just to get thrust. You can just have a controlled explosion in a combustion chamber with one opening, and then the expansion of the gases in the combustion chamber will shoot out the ass end of the rocket and jerk it forward.
Quite true. And
the nuclear, I can't remember the actual name for it, but the nuclear bomb-based propulsion system that was proposed or thought about.
The Orion system.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that the whole pushing on air does. I mean, it's the like pressurized gas behind a bullet in a rifle barrel, because the air behind a rocket is not instantly gone. Yes, there is some measurable effect from that, but let's not forget that while it's in the atmosphere, the rocket in question has to also push through the air. So,
and also
net effect.
Yeah. Also, I imagine that Americans know what medicine balls are.
Yes.
They can be bigger than basketballs.
Yes.
Now, I think everybody, even a flurfer, would agree that the air resistance that is imparted on a medicine ball when you throw it up in the air is negligible, compared to its weight or density or whatever. Try getting one of those heavy ones and find an office chair with good wheels on it on a very hard, flat surface where the chair can roll really well, and then sit down and throw that medicine ball as hard as you can away from you. You are not being moved in the opposite direction because you are pushing on the air with the ball. That's not why you're moving.
I hate to spoil your day. I hate to spoil your day, Bo. But long time ago, I did another video with with involving two characters who had very interesting names, Stick Figure number 1 and Stick Figure number 2. Yes, the parents were not very creative, and what was going on was exactly what you described in the illustration with the throwing of a medicine ball, and the comments that were received were that it was the ball pushing on the air that was causing the effect. They're going to say that no matter what. No matter what.
I mean, it could be an argument if you use the the test where you use hopefully some decommissioned CO2 fire extinguishers. But when you use medicine balls, not so much.
And it's so
apparently, I forgot their flurfers. So
pretty much. All right, Diana, what do you got?
Let's see. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. As far as pushing against the atmosphere to have thrust to move a rocket, it is demonstrable. It is measurable. The presence of an atmosphere actually reduces the effective thrust of an operating rocket engine.
Because of back pressure.
Yeah.
Indeed. Alrighty. And let's see. Next up we have RJ. RJ, what do you got?
Keeping up with the high tone of our scientific discussion here, I will just point out that due to the extremely low specific impulse and relatively unfavorable mass to thrust ratio, attempting to use masturbation and sperm ejecta will not be an efficient way to move around in a space station.
Everybody write that down.
Right.
Everybody write that down. That is...
I don't need to write it down, sorry.
All right, good. Okay.
I'm having it. Oh, sorry.
On that note, moving on.
Yes, there's porn here.
Here we go. Moving on. Everyone listen to what the... I can't come up with a name for it. Here we go.
Do we have to?
Yeah, it's kind of in the rules. All right, here we go.
And that is why there is no thrust produced by the sun.
Okay, no, that's not why.
Because if it did, it would shoot off and hit everything in its way. Wouldn't it?
Of course, you know what? We'll just
no, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. And I think we already talked about it.
Asked and answered. The sun's effective net force on itself due to the solar wind and CMEs is effectively zero because that net thrust is being generated in every single direction.
That works.
Therefore, the net force is generally zero.
Zero-ish.
By the way, who's playing with high voltage discharges in the background constantly?
That is. Oh, you just noticed that now? That's been going on.
No, I've been wondering who's. I mean, I can remember as a kid having. I was given a present 2 ceramic balls that were coated by a pyrotechnic substance. That when you take those balls and just slam them into concrete or something, it just goes think. No biggie. But if you hit them together, wow. You get that explosion, and it sounded a bit like that. So I was just wondering.
No, this been.
So were those called clackers or something?
No, this been.
Fizzlers.
I mean, I'm not talking about those things that they could be made of plastic. You just hit them toward each other. No. These things produce explosions when you hit them together.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be celluloid. The billiard balls were made from celluloid for a while.
Yeah,
and
great idea then.
Explode on impact. Not recommended for your average height.
Bo, are you trying to say that when you're growing up, when your balls slammed together, they made a big noise?
Yeah, well, not they. I would make that noise, I think, but yeah.
I think you'd make a big noise if you were knocking them against the concrete.
No.
No.
We're sorry that we're corrupting the youth today.
No, from Paulogia, when you're a kid and gifted with coated balls, that's called puberty.
Oh, please stop.
All right, let's move on and hear what the fool has to tell us.
How much longer do we have on this fabulous work of science?
We've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yay!
Yay, indeed. All right, here we go. A lot of stuff and some things. Here it comes.
So, there we go.
So,
I have debunked all ridiculous thoughts.
Forget it.
Space travel by rocket.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No.
Codswallop, sir.
There was
Codswallop.
There was
yes,
no.
I say definitely Codswallop.
Did I miss something?
You missed everything.
Yeah,
he's just saying that because
experiment without ever doing one.
He's basically sitting here saying that because the sun doesn't move relative to the rest of the solar system, therefore rockets don't work in a vacuum.
Indeed.
Wrong on both counts.
All right.
But at least the sun will come out tomorrow.
Oh my.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, right.
Right.
All right, Jared, what do you got?
I am beginning to wonder, sir. Do you have the capability of ever being intellectually honest? My thought is no.
I think he is when he's breathing because he doesn't have the mental capability of breathing and thinking at the same time and talking for that matter.
Could very well
Fellow
be.
and Einstein are the same species.
That is scary. All right, Tornado, what do you got?
Okay, first of all, again, the sun does not produce a net thrust because the thrust is occurring in all directions at the same time due to the solar wind, coronal holes, CMEs, and all that jazz. And it's being emitted in all directions. Therefore, the net force the sun feels from its own thrust is 0, minus the CMEs that emit in one particular direction, which basically are the equivalent of a human farting.
Oh,
and not only that, but you cannot say that because the sun produces no net force due to thrust, therefore rockets do not work in a vacuum, and that you've debunked all that. You can't say that because that's a fucking non sequitur of the highest order.
Okay.
Not even just a non sequitur. It is the non sequitur to end all non sequiturs to the infinitieth degree. Every single non sequitur that is ever made, forevermore, will look back on the non sequitur you have just made, Mr. Scientifically, and they will weep in freaking envy.
I'd say
Seriously.
F3, I'd say.
No, just F1, because at this point, the amount of wrongness is just dumbfounding me enough that it's keeping me calm for some reason. The amount of wrongness coming out of this guy's mouth. He has not made any insults, which is why I'm not at F3 or higher.
Wait, I don't think that's it, Tornado. Are you cheating? Are you getting the effect of consuming alcohol merely from the level of stupid in this video?
No, I am not getting the effect of consuming alcohol because I am consuming Mountain Dew, which is the antithesis of alcohol. And here's the really interesting thing. Jared, would you be willing to pull up that diagram again?
Well, it was Sai who had it.
He can't.
Okay, Sai, would you be willing to pull up that diagram again?
All right, as long as we're all admitting that I can do something Jared can't do.
See that? The sun is not a chemical reaction. It does not have a combustion chamber. It does not have a throat, and it does not have an engine bell. Therefore, it does not meet the minimum qualifications to be a rocket. It is just a nuclear furnace fusing hydrogen into deuterium, into tritium, into helium-3 and helium-4, day in and day out, 24/7, 365 days a year, round the clock for the next 4.5 billion years.
Sun's gonna be sad. It can't be a rocket.
What we have in a bog standard rocket, science alert,
jeez.
is an oxidizer and a fuel with a combustion chamber, a throat, and an engine bell. The throat being the thing that constricts that conjoins the engine bell and the combustion chamber and generally reduces the size of the combustion chamber and the engine bell to accelerate the gases to produce more thrust. And the funny thing is, the way you design your engine bell, as Jared said earlier, is going to determine how efficient your rocket will be. Also, the oxidizer and fuel you use will determine how efficient your fuel will be. Or I should say your rocket will be. And not only that, but the throat itself will also determine how efficient the rocket will be and whether you operate it in atmosphere or in a vacuum. And because of the simple nature of physics, every action will have an equal and opposite reaction. And since there is an unbalanced force in every direction, since there is an unbalanced force because there's a hole in one side of the combustion chamber, thereby allowing the gases to be pushed outside of the combustion chamber through the throat and out of the engine bell, where the gases can subsequently expand and impart more force on the engine bell, and thus the rocket as a whole. The rocket will move in the other direction.
Okay, then. That was surprising.
I explained it eloquently enough.
That was surprisingly thorough. Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, and let us see what RJ has to add. RJ, you're up.
Yeah, by a strange coincidence, just last week I finally got to see Hidden Figures about the 3 black women who worked at NASA that's working against all that prejudice that they had. They couldn't even have a bathroom that was adjacent to where they were, and the male scientists and male white engineers were constantly looking down on that they couldn't possibly do things. But eventually John Glenn is like the one saying, excuse me, if Catherine doesn't okay the numbers, I'm not going into space, because she was such a brilliant mathematician. This nincompoop, 50 years later, who has access to a vast range of real science data, is acting as like the anti-thing. He is worse than the stupid engineers that were oppressing these scientists, these black women that were trying to get ahead in working in NASA, because he is flushing centuries of science discovery down the drain with such bleary-eyed confidence and arrogance and disparagement that I just have to go patooey again.
Alrighty.
Fly upon thee.
Yes,
indeed.
And I spit in your general direction, and I take a pigeon and throw at you.
And apparently, looking at the chat, you know how we always have a word of the day, it seems, developing, and apparently it's thrust this time.
I thought it was calm.
Thrusters. Yeah, thrust me. I'm a doctor. Oh, we got some good ones going in there.
Yeah. I really do enjoy that part of it. All right. Bo.
And remember, the arch nemesis in the Magnum Uncle was thrust.
What do you got, Bo?
Well, thinking about this, this Dingleberry here, I think that. No, wait, he's not a dingleberry. That's not fair to them. This overripe fruitcake has fermented to the level of being able to give us contact drunk just by listening to his dribble.
It does appear that way.
Yeah, and also an upside down exclamation point. Welcome to Nutja.
Indeed.
Well. She just arrived in the chat.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, upside down, sweetie.
Wait. Let me twist my head upside down. Welcome. All right. Jared, what do you got?
We have a couple good ones from the chat.
Uh-oh.
Duranku, thrust no one without consent.
Thrust in the Lord. Spooky.
From thrust to Ron.
Yep, they got one from Apology.
Also,
thrust in the Lord.
Thrusters.
Myth thrusters. I like that one. All
and
right.
Also, American Thrustle and Thrustus League.
Ooh. Thrust me tender.
No, thrust me. I'm a doctor.
All right. Let's continue with this foolishness. Here we go. Moving on.
Because the sun doesn't produce any thrust, and so nor does a
Frank,
rocket.
asked and answered.
All right.
My name is Lee.
And that was
I
it.
follow the Christ.
Son of a bitch.
He is a lot brighter than you are, and he knows all the answers.
Whoa! Wait! Rewind.
Go back on that. I want to hear that again.
All right.
What did you?
Oh no!
All right, we'll go back. Here we go. And I hate going back, but here we are. We went back.
My name is
So
Lee.
you don't want to go to the Iron Cup?
Wait, he wants to hear the thing. Here we go. Okay, what he just said while you guys were talking was, my name is Lee, and. Now let's see what he says after that.
Self-preservation.
I understood, but here comes.
And he is a lot brighter than you are, and he knows all the answers, and he gives them to me to keep you all quiet, so that you might actually learn something.
You heard it.
So can we put this guy into the
That is some ego.
Not just the Order of the Sillies, but he needs a straitjacket.
Yeah, that's blatantly delusional. That's
And that very, very padded room.
And see, I don't even know where to put that. Just plain wrong, not even wrong. We don't have a delusional category.
I think he just ascended to prophet.
Yeah.
Apparently that's it. Jesus comes down and says, the sun's not flying around the sky, therefore rockets don't work. Yeah, that's... All right, Tornado, what's your view on this nonsense?
Oh,
I agree.
he's saying, "Oh, what the hell? Seriously, what the hell is coming out of this guy's mouth? I understand the words, but put together in a sentence, they mean nothing."
In a word, Pelt, crazy. That's what's coming out of
he's
his
saying,
mouth.
"My name
Crazy.
is Lee, and I know someone, and he's smarter than all of you."
Yes.
That is an appeal to authority fallacy.
He actually...
Not just that.
He actually said the name, Tornado. You may not have heard it. Did you catch the name of the smarter person?
Jesus?
Yes, that's what he said. He says Jesus tells him this. Apparently, supreme beings.
I'm pretty sure Jesus would be looking at him and saying, "Could you say that again, please?"
No. I more see Jesus as the type, if the entity is actually real, looking at him after saying that and being like, "The fuck you saying?"
He's like,
"Don't you blame me for that crap."
"Don't you blame me for that crap. I didn't tell you anything."
Or better yet, it'd be like Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction. "Say what again?"
All right, let's see. Apparently Bo has something to say about this nonsense too. What do you got, Bo? Exactly my thoughts. Thank you.
It happened again.
It happened. Oh, you forgot? We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you if you want to think about it a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Keep the hand up. Keep the hand up so I don't forget. Diana, what do you got?
Is this clown actually stating a case of Jesus, he knows me and he knows I'm right?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Jesus knows me and he's no.
Hey, in that case, Jesus has a really poor judge of friends.
And something to keep the rest of us quiet. And I'm thinking he's really got the wrong panel for that.
No, if he wants to keep people quiet, he's doing it in the entirely wrong way.
Indeed.
And he's doing scientifically is keeping people quiet, not out of the whole conspiracy thing, but more like out of
quick,
what you just said.
Quick, before Bo forgets. I think Bo remembered. Bo, do you remember?
Yeah, I have recovered 80% of it.
Okay, go ahead.
In terms of the context, but because I explained this, I can't remember it anymore. No, just kidding. Kind of. No. What this dingle... No, I did it again. This codswallopy fruitcake of a... Yeah. Dude, because he is a real dude. He belongs to the religion of flurf scientism.
That
we should
works.
make a plaque. I think we should start making plaques like the Order of the Silly is just the religion of scientism plaque, maybe.
That's not a bad idea. I've been trying to think of something to do with this. I got a 3D printer. I haven't done anything with it. All right, go ahead.
All right.
I nominate him for the Fody.
Pelt, I nominate you to read aloud Video Pirate's latest message.
Oh no. Oh no. Where is it?
No, I am not reading that.
Oh, come on.
I am not reading that.
All right. That's all right. Bo, you got anything additional?
Well, yeah, I did think of an addition, a possible addition to the, the science alert, etc. Maybe a medieval-styled codswallop warning. For when RJ goes on his tomfoolery, codswallop nonsensical warnings.
Also, can we just throw up a bullshit alert for all of this?
All right, but remember that is.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Well, we've resisted it because the volume is ridiculous. Okay.
Well, there is such a thing as audio mastering.
Okay, annoy me further. Go ahead, annoy me further. I am actually, and I'm not kidding. I am in the mood to be annoyed tonight. There will be no hostilities whatsoever.
Oh, hey, we do have more video.
That we do. That we do.
We do have more videos. Yeah.
All right. In that case,
let's do them all.
Oh,
Why?
All the videos.
Why?
I mean,
no.
No, he said we should skip this and go to the mall. Isn't that what he meant?
You know what? I'm down for that.
Right.
I would love to take on the Mars thingy.
Well,
let's continue with the video because I'm not sure if it's done yet.
All right.
Continue with the current video.
Uh-oh.
Child experiments at the end of it.
Here we go. More. Yeah, that's true. In the last minute or so, there's probably.
Yeah, got another golden one from
yeah.
Crypto.
What do you got?
And the chat is starting on their movie title.
Oh, they've been going for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it has.
What'd you find, Jared?
Crypto. Indiana Thrust, Raiders of the Lost Ass.
All right, moving on. That's enough. That's enough. Here we go. Moving on.
And the James Bond movie, Thruster
I have to kind of depart because I'm not feeling all that great.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
The Dayquil held me over for so long, but it's kind of wearing off and I'm fading fast.
Rest will help more. So please do that, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, Karis. Bye.
Please try and exit using the Spaceballs the movie I'm melting reference.
Yeah. All right.
May I kiss it?
Good night, Karis. Thank you for joining us. And
hear you later.
Alrighty. It doesn't seem as much fun without Karis. All right. Here we go. More crap, and this we're closing in on it.
What?
Moving on.
Oh my!
What?
Crypto's latest. I can't even recognize the original video film title.
Star Thrust
into the Snatch.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
You know what? I'll be angry at myself the second he puts the original title in there.
Mary Poppins Trust.
Don't sully the greatness of Mary Poppins.
Oh no, Furball.
Gone in 60 Thrust.
Fuck you, Furball.
Thrust Family Robinson from Gen 1.
At least that's a good CPI rhythm.
The thrusting counter answers in thrusting.
Furball, what the hell?
Another one thrusts the butt.
All right, moving on. Enough of this.
Moving on, please.
All right. All right, silence so we can hear this lunatic.
Terrible here.
Let's Mrs. Doubt Thrust.
Wait a minute here. We have lectures saying now it's officially a sausage fest. Thank you, Upside Down Sweetie, for mentioning me. It's not true. We still have Lavender Lady, and
can we continue, please?
All right, let us continue and get to the. Here we go. Moving on.
Apps grow wise. But judging by the comments I get about rockets, I'm expecting people without any education or an eyeball in their head.
Drink.
Any thoughts?
Look, just listen to your friends, dumbass.
All right. Go ahead, Jared.
Expecting commentary of people of little to no education? Pot, meat, kettle. How are you doing?
Hello, Pot. No, you need to do it properly. Hi there, Kettle. Name's Pot. Have we met?
All right.
Spooky bed hair.
The surname of both of them is Black.
Spooky bed hair. Rename the pug Thruster.
No, he is not. He is not named Thruster.
In that case, it's actually more epic because.
Well, actually, when he's incredibly happy, it does. All right, no, I'm not saying anything.
Okay, let's see if anyone could guess mine then.
All right, Tornado, you got the hand up. What do you got?
Yes, I do have the hand up because he's sitting there saying that people with no education will comment on his videos. Can we just say projection?
Yeah, that works. I'm good with that.
Hey, a projection that would produce thrust then. No way.
He's projecting his faults onto opponents who will not share them.
All righty. And
we forgot to lay the light on in order to do an effective projection.
Yes.
The amounts of projection he's doing right now could fill an IMAX theater.
or illuminate the whole, hollow, translucent moon thing.
No.
All right.
It's one from Furball.
Furball is on a fucking roll.
Rusty Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
All right, this is getting a little bit odd.
How much of a challenge he has with his day job currently, I can't blame them.
All right, moving on. Here we go. Silence, so we can hear this. So we can hear this lunatic. Here we go.
Critical thinking.
Wait.
To be involved, because I've just shown the sun not producing.
No, you
thrust.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Drink.
No, you didn't. Drink indeed.
Got an answer?
And that's just
Send
plain
it on a
wrong.
postcard to
Drink.
the litter bin.
Okay, if you want to say something about it, go ahead.
Yes, I do want to say something about it. Yes, the sun does indeed produce thrust in all directions. Therefore, the net effect is 0.
Alrighty. And closing in on it, he's in his wrap up. We're almost done with this crap. We're almost done. Here we go.
In the corner. Thanks a lot. My name is Lee, and we've won.
What?
So
What?
if you're watching me and you're following
is delusional?
Well, I don't know. Winning, if that's winning, is this the same thing Trump was talking about and we're going to get tired of winning? Because I'm tired of this kind of winning.
Biggles, look at Biggles.
Uh-oh, what's Biggles got?
Is there a lack of thrust in the globe?
Here we go.
What I want to know here is, this guy is saying we won. What is this we shit? Is he pregnant?
Or is he just talking about a Nintendo?
No, it's him and all the friends that live inside of his head.
Right.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Just like what is he called?
The baby Jesus talk about physics all the time.
Why can't I recall what his name is now? The dumbass who threatened POTUS a couple of times. Went to jail for it.
LSC?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he's out of the happy home.
Oh.
He had a long, I don't know how long, because I only watched 5 minutes of it, and then infected Jared with it. He had a live stream. Woohoo!
I've got the perfect sound effect
Stephen Christ,
for
that was it.
Scientific Lee, guys. I've got the perfect sound effect for Scientific Lee.
What do you got?
3, 2, 1.
Yep. Bingo.
All right, that's handy. All right, and
maybe not all that appropriate there.
let's let him wrap it up here. Here we go.
Christ, we have won, and obviously I'm destroying all
Wait,
science.
I got a drink on you, Cy.
Go ahead.
That message should have been given to Lee's dad to just wrap it up.
But that's too late now, so it would be Lee that should be, have a doctor wrap up his head.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely injured.
So it would seem.
Only if that doctor is Kevorkian.
Oh, that's harsh.
Moving on, guys.
All right, here we go. Oh, video pirate. Oh, Jesus, thrust. And crypto, yes, it does appear to be crazier. All right, here we go. And this is just a closing. There can't be anything stupid in that, could there? Here we go. Silence.
Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Bye.
That's it. He said goodbye. We're done. We're safe. Wait, there's time left. Hold on. Wait. Something's up. There's time left. This can't be good.
2, 1.
Hold on.
Tornado, don't look.
Wait, the amazing said something. The amazing Zed says something about once again the chat is broken. What happened?
I'm not noticing it.
I don't see anything.
I'm seeing it just thrusting forward.
Yes, a lot of thrusts.
Indeed.
All
right.
Okay. Not chat just made me vomit in my mouth. Hey, no, Michelle. No, you don't.
So, are we moving on to plugins or the next?
Michelle, no, you just copied mine.
Well, all right. Let us. Ninja throw. All right, so we have a new word of the evening. All right. Well, that's it. You survived 2 episodes of just frightening levels of stupid. I congratulate each and every one of you.
Hey, How many minutes total for those two?
What, like 7? Say 8 minutes? 8 minutes and surprisingly, the drink count, we have hit much higher drink counts in 8 minutes of stupid. So this was not as bad as some.
Are we trying to set some sort of record for least time to review anything? Because it's only, 3 hours and 20 minutes after we started.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was, and that's not bad. Fortunately, it's almost like he made no effort. He just said stuff.
We still have one feature left. We can...
Well, hang on. Speaking of effort, Sai, take a look at Biggles.
Okay. Okay. I am going to have to be a little more careful.
Hey, put some of those thrusty thingies. No, thrust them into the Discord.
I will just say that I'm going to be going out tomorrow and buying some really sturdy jeans. All right.
And perhaps also some talcum powder.
Enough. That's enough out of you. RJ, I see you have the hand up.
Hey, pack it in.
Go ahead, RJ.
That Seattle Flexer beautifully summed up the essence of this video. So he proves that rockets don't work in space by not talking about rockets.
Exactly. And a damn good job he did of it.
In the same way that he proved the Cavendish experiment wrong by not doing one.
Exactly. That's the best way to disprove something. Don't do it. See, it wasn't done. Alrighty. On that note, that was a really terrible 2 movies we watched. And actually,
We have 2 more.
I question the wisdom of even putting them on the screen. But since we did it, we might as well own up to it. All right. On that note,
option for stupid, or are we just moving straight on to plug and pug?
Oh, we're going to plug and pug. This was a safety one. We're
racing.
Such a witness has got Thrustback Mountain.
All righty.
Well, we have a Thrustback Mountain. Does that make it a volcano?
From Tornado, we're getting these kind of jokes.
No, seriously. If we have a mountain that's producing thrust, that's a volcano.
Let's see.
The mountain is just happy to see you.
Yes. Thrust Club, Thrust Strikes Back. This is okay. Good thrust, everyone.
Thrust you for the
Thrust
show.
you for the show. You know, that is probably... I was expecting statements like that because we deserve it for putting this on people. All right, anyway. Moving on to...
Hey, could you please just read Video Pirate's second to last comment and then my answer to it?
Let's see. Video Pirate.
Just see if it makes any sense.
Wait, not thrust you for the show?
No, the one before that. Great stream. And then from Bo, that's what you get from all that thrusting.
Clean it up, kids. Clean it up.
All right.
Yeah, I think he's pushed this a little bit too far in the chat.
Yeah, whole 9
Well,
all right.
that is because of all that thrusting. It
Yes,
too hard.
they thrust
My
it.
hand's raised for plugging time.
All right.
Yeah,
And anybody...
Talking about plugging.
Oh shit! All right. Anybody who wishes to,
exactly.
anybody who wishes to do a plug for either their channel, their activities, anything they want to do, put the hands up, and we'll go down the list, and we'll hear something about you, fabulous people. All righty. Top of the list, we have Tornado. Tornado, tell us how cool you are and what you do, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tornado Pelt. I do gaming. I do science on this show called the Science Strike Force Movie Night Live. We watch 2 whole things of someone who doesn't understand anything about science. And I got to have a couple science alerts once more, describing coronagraphs and how rockets work, and the fact that the sun produces thrust from every angle, therefore its net effect on itself is 0. I also have a channel called Tornado in a Junkyard, and I should be uploading the intro very shortly, hopefully. And also, I'm doing Elite Dangerous, and in approximately 36 hours, they shall be revealing the next waypoint for Distant Worlds 2's Journey to Beagle Point. So, keep an eye on how far things are going on that, and I'll see you at Beagle Point on the other side of the galaxy.
Woohoo! Alrighty. And next on the list is our friend RJ. RJ, tell us how cool you are and what you do.
Oh, I'm trying to destroy creationism and all associated woo stuff in a new way with source methods. And I've got books, and I've got Evolution Hour podcasts every Wednesday, thanks to you, Cy. I even do voiceovers on Ark Encounters and all that other little stuff. I'll stick in the links. I put in a link to the website, and I'll put in the link to Evolution Slam Dunk, which is just like the book on the reptile mammal transition. Nobody else has written this, damn it. So you can get that. And then if you like fiction and science fiction and mysteries and historical fiction and Jules Verne, and hell, you can get it all in one damn package. The Paralogs of Fog novel. Let me find the bloody little link to that little copy. There you go. And put that in as well. And I think there have been some people in the frame who have actually read my book, and I'm busy working on the second one in the same way that I'm also working on the new Rocks Are Still There, where Jackson Wheat and I are filleting the Answers in Genesis Answers books. Again, topic that has not been properly done by anybody previously. And then also I'll put in the link to my Patreon site where people can become a patron for my work and help so that I can continue to do my thing.
All righty. Yay, indeed. Well, thank you, RJ. All right. And moving down the list, we've got Jared. Jared, tell us how cool you are and what you do, please.
So, I am Jared of 82 Productions. I do many things. Most recently, holy shit, was that an after show after a dumpster fire?
So, oh boy.
Yeah. The way I like to eloquently put it, I bludgeon the intellectually stunted with facts about history and science, which are two of my favorite things. Another favorite thing, which unfortunately I'm probably going to have to wait till next weekend for, is actually riding around exploring the world on two wheels. Link to that channel is now in the live chat. And Sai, we do need to schedule that collab for that riding, because I have to say, damn you, Bo.
What?
But here's the thing. Ever since the bike's been in the shop since last weekend, I've been stir crazy. It's like one of those things. Once you get a few days where you can ride around on a motorcycle, you want to do it every day.
Or the first time you see someone else has gotten their bikes ready and they are riding it for the first time of the season. You get that itch.
Oh, I spent most of, not this past week, the week before, on the bike getting B-roll footage. And yeah. I want my mechanic to hurry up and finish with the valve check and belt replacement.
I don't know what B-roll footage is.
Well, it's when you see when you watch a video and you see I don't know, that you see a detective explaining what he thinks that the perpetrator did. And while he talks, you see some type of enactment of it, for example. That would be considered B-roll. It's not primary to the story itself necessarily. It's just extra stuff put in there, or you could, or what would you call that? Wide angle shots of the horizon, or the desert, or
you're looking at a transitional footage, or even filler. Like, it's going to be stuff that's going to end up becoming the intro and outro to the regular videos, as well as who knows if there's material enough to make a regular video from all of it, because I'm almost at 100 gigs of video to go through just from 4.5 days on the bike. So lot of footage at high quality.
Notch's out of control.
Nacha, you need to be you need to be careful with the Crocs. I heard the death roll can be rather dangerous.
Look at the previous one.
Yet again,
we got an Elvis reference.
Yeah, but again, he This time, it's not just time to steal from me. I sang that.
Well, no,
before he put that in.
I'm sorry.
Before he put that in.
None of us heard that, Bo. I'm sorry. Nacho wins.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, but nobody heard Nacho put that in the comments, so.
All right. Anyway, well, thank you, Jared. And moving down the list, we have got the Lavender Lady. Diana, please tell us how cool you are and what you do.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. How the heck are you? I am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady. I come to you from wonderful, beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I think I've been breathing the air around here too long. I do mainly live streams, although I'm still trying to do a couple standalone videos. I have my show, Coffee with Lavender, Sunday at noon Eastern Time. And this week, I've been a little pissed off all week, so I think I am going to sit there and rant through the entire show.
Ooh.
Come on down. This ought to be really interesting. I may not have a channel by the time I'm finished.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Don't worry about it.
I've been having a lot of fun this week. It's, in other words, there are a few people whose heads I'd like to cave in.
Oh, no.
You're going to hear all about it. So please come on by. And I love to have you guys in the audience. It's great to be appreciated. Great to have people interested in what I have to say, or at least I think you're interested. Okay, and until then, see you on the other side.
Very good. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to that. And let's see. I guess we covered just about nobody. Anybody else? If you have anything going once.
Well, RJ's got a hand up.
Oh, is that
for extras?
Oh, RJ. You are.
No, I just forgot to take it down. My bad.
No, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Say something science-y. All right. On that note, thank you, everybody. Congratulations on thrusting through this stupidity we watched tonight.
Thrust up the pug.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Here we go. It is time to bring on the pug. Thank you, everybody. As always.
Demonetized for bad puns?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, all. Thanks. Oh, geez. You know what I ought to do before we do that? Let us return the volume to normal, because we will kill people. Yeah.
World War II movie, A Thrust Too Far.
Here we go.
No one responded to my comment.
Thrust silent, thrust deep.
Video pirate, tell me, punk, did I fire 5 thrusts?
No. 4 thrusts.
Well, that brings up some horrible imagery.
Alice in Thrusterland?
There.
Really?
There are.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm sure that Pornhub will have some footage for that in the weekend. Yeah, Alice in Thrusterland. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah, I guess we should bring on the pug, I think. All right.
Jen Morgan.
What?
Trust it again, Sam.
Oh, I'm hurting here.
Okay. All right. We need 1,000 bad puns? Okay.
From Nutjaw, frankly, my dear, I don't give a thrust.
Oh, look, and we get best wishes from Zed. Good night, everyone. Happy thrusting. All right.
It's only getting good now. Come on, guys.
All right. All right. On that note, good night, everybody. Let's bring on the pug.
We're going.
Bring on the pug. Bring on the pug.
Yay, pug.
Kill the pug.
Look at the cute little pug. Indiana Bones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Thrust safely.
Are you trying to get away from the thrusting purpose of this?
Yeah, kinda. Blazing thrusts.
Yeah.
Where we're going, we don't need thrust.
A spoonful of thrusting.
You need a lawyer.
A spoonful of thrusting helps the medicine go down.
You're thrusting about Mary.
Hold on. What Video Pirate just said? How would that translate into homeopathic? I would really like to know how they would.
Hang on. No,
they would
it's a very.
Sugar.
It is a very potent form of protein-based medicine.
And there would be a lot of succussing going on.
Help with your keeping your salt balance up.
That's
Is there such a thing as beyond the imaginary thrust?
Whoa! Tornado for the win!
Oh, I hope people heard that.
Winning.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Follow the thread.
Oh my.
Thrust sake. Yeah.
Thrust away.
A thrust in a day keeps the doctor away from Morton Nielsen.
I've heard that.
Journey to the center of the
Furtball! Furtball!
Oh,
That's the lead.
Wait a minute.
Oh, by the way, Video Pirate is naked.
Oh, thanks for sharing. Red Thrusteric.
Yeah, well, hey, he is thrusting a horn, so yeah.
All right.
Oh, I had a good one, maybe.
And Chris Petzolis used what I said. Beyond the imaginary thrust.
That's a nice one. All right, that's it. Good night, everybody. Thanks a million for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?